Hey, Josh Bateman, role-playing public radio. We're playing Base Raiders. Unlike anything I've run before, it's a campaign of Base Raiders and the Base Raiders system. Base Raiders.
Something we've never done before.
Yeah. This is going to be a origin stories campaign where the whole campaign is about how a group of normal people become Base Raiders and what they decide to do with their powers. Whether they become heroes or villains is up to them. And what is a hero? What is a villain? Is it,
What is a good question?
So it's a Bill Dunks Roman, that kind of thing. A coming-of-age story with superpowers and mutants and all that kind of fun stuff. Campaign name will be Gate 9 because the common link between all the characters, which I'll introduce in a moment, is that 8 years ago, when the Ideal were around, the superheroes were around, and villains were around, there was a supervillain attack at the Chicago O'Hare Airport at Hub C, Gate 9, in which case a mutagenic gas was leaked into the HVAC and affected around 100 people, turning them into mindless mutated monsters. And before the alliteration got too bad, the Ideal showed up, prevented the gas from...
Killed David.
Yeah.
It's the only way to stop it.
So they prevented the gas from affecting the rest of the airport or from getting into the upper atmosphere or anything like that. And they also captured all of you, along all the player characters were part of this group of 100 people. And they rounded you up, and in a matter of a few days, the super scientists of the Ideal turned you back into human. And the report was just noted as one of many, many attacks in the ongoing battle between heroes and villains, and most of the people forgot it very quickly. But of course, for all of you, the Ideal were like, we're pretty sure you're normal, but just to ease any anxiety you have, we'll give you free health care for life at our clinic, which is located in a let's see here, at the Fletcher Health Clinic near Minneapolis, in a suburb outside of it. You can go in for yearly checkups, or you can go there for whatever you want. So some of you may have moved there, some of you just fly in for your yearly checkups, just in case you get super cancer 10 years from now or something like that. And so... it's been over a year now since the Ideal, all the heroes have disappeared. The Foundation and their civilian employees are still around, and they were very smart financial managers, so the clinic's still running. But things are getting a little more anxious. There's been a crackdown on anything related to superpowers, including the Ideal Foundations. Some of their other organizations have already been shut down or raided by federal law enforcement for having connections to the new breed of criminal out there, Base Raiders. Some of these employees are suspected of collaborating or actually being Base Raiders because they would have the inside scoop on Ideal operations. Nobody knows. So far, the clinic is fine. In fact, most people don't even know it's connected to the Ideal. All of you, by default, the names of the 100 victims that were transformed were not revealed to the public. Some of you, of course, may have revealed your identities or had your identities leaked through your own, through gossip from your family or from yourselves or any number of things. So as we begin the game, all of you are coming in for your checkup, and all of you are in the clinic together, in the waiting room. And of course, you've had 8 years of checkups and going to the clinic on a regular basis, so probably, and there's been support groups formed and all these other things. Whether you're part of that, that's up to you, but you all at least recognize each other's faces. So as you look in the waiting room, looking at the 5-year-old copies of Home and Gardens and Entertainment Weekly.
Highlights for kids.
Fancy.
Highlights for kids.
Good
you gotta have
housekeeping.
this, yeah.
One dog your thing of time.
Yes, and it's one with Avalon staring off. Avalon, he's here forever.
Man of every year.
The man of every year. He is. He literally was.
Is there a copy of Ferret World?
And no. So let's go over those right. So Dan, who is playing in the campaign?
Woo! I'm in a campaign.
Since the new since D&D.
Yeah. All right. So I am playing Dr. Saul Gombert, psychologist, anti-ideal activist as a background. Is anything else you want me to You want me to just...
Yeah, all of you would know about him since he's sort of a public figure. Not everybody, of course, was happy with how the Ideal do things, and just as there are homeopathic and anti-GMO activists in the real world, there are anti-superhero activists, even when the Ideal were around. You know?
No, it's not that I'm not strictly anti-superhero. It's just that the Ideal doesn't quite understand the damage that they caused by existing.
So you advocate for people who believe the Ideal should give them more than what they did. Free healthcare for life. Well, who cares? I need more, you know.
Oh, no.
Occupation, expert witness.
Yeah. Yes.
The Ideal is extremely well financed, and so there are a lot of lawsuits and settlements for undisclosed sums.
And I am the psychologist that always shows up to talk about the trauma.
So the staff is a little curt with you, but they're still they are obligated. They take their obligation seriously. So
At
next
least
up,
they do one thing, right?
Yep. AA Ron.
Hey, this is Aaron. I am playing Vincent Dahl, who is a lawyer located out of D.C. in a small firm run by a couple of smaller partners. Primarily, he is acting as a almost a pro tem lawyer for people who cannot afford cases, who have mainly civil cases in which people who may have been affected by metahuman activities and like himself and have been wrongfully accused of damages, pretty much defending them, allowing them to say that, which was a huge turn for him because before the attack, he was actually where the doctor was. He did not like the Ideal. He thought that most metahumans were only going out for power, which oddly enough the base rating initiative should have probably increased that, but after his own experience he realized that most people were just victims in this case and were not in control of themselves. So he's trying to stand up for them as he once wrongly judged them.
All right. You've had last year's been very tough for you. There's no longer a rich, group of superheroes to go after.
No,
There's just very poor and very, shadowy criminals who you can't really sue because they don't have legal identities for the most part. So the clinic is in some trouble, and the government's been, have a legal crackdown. They've been rolling back a lot of legal precedents that protected the balance between superhumans and the law. So that's sort of an ongoing crisis for you. Anyways, next up we have Bill.
Hey, this is Bill. I'll be playing Jeff Frankel, the disowned and disinherited son of a family that made its, modestly wealthy living developing technology for one of the pre-Ragnarok superheroes, Night Ranger, with a K. Who is an embodiment of everything nerdy from the 80s. Nice. Being named after both, a rock band, a hair metal band, and 2 D&D classes.
Night Ranger. All right, so Jeff. Aaron, what was your character's name again?
Vincent Dahl.
Vincent. All right.
How do we spell your character's last name, Dan? Dr. Saul. What?
Gombert.
Gombert.
You went with the Ert.
Hey man, it's America. People can have whatever name they want.
No, I just go by Dr. Saul.
Anyways, Caleb.
I'm playing Trey.
Trey.
What's your full name? I don't want to say. The listeners need to know.
Yeah.
Trey was cursed by a father who was a medieval French poet scholar, and a stepfather who was named Seaman. So his full name is Troubadour Seaman. School was very hard on Trey before he got turned into a monster. He doesn't remember that. But he woke up, and the Ideal was visiting him in his hotel room, so that was, really awesome. And he thought that was going to turn things around in school until he got home, and everyone thought he was a supervillainous monster and hated him. So he got a little sad and suicidal, but then the Ideal talked him out of it, and Avalon came to visit him at his house. And then Avalon told the Ideal animated series producers about that, and they made him into an episode with a poorly disguised name. Wow. And they also added in a school shooter subplot. So then Trey got expelled.
So what was
Trey's had a hard life. He's been homeschooled for the last few years. He's been basically bounced around between the extremes of hope and despair by his interactions with superhumanity.
I thought you said you weren't playing a cynical character.
Well, he's still an
still young.
optimistic kid.
Damn, Trey.
I mean, if you
learn a lot.
if you adopt a kicked puppy, it could be your most loyal protector dog.
Yeah.
Caleb's
It
trying,
could also eat your face, and that's what this campaign's going to see where Trey ends up, depending on what powers he
Oh my
gets.
god.
Caleb's trying to break the cycle through exposure therapy.
Okay, gotcha. Gotcha.
Next up we have Faust.
All right, I'm Faust, and I'm playing Agata Buitoni. I am formerly Agata ran an urban exploration blog under the pen name Denudare, which means expose in Italian. The blog was monetized, and she published several albums.
Sorry, what's your character's first name?
Agata.
Agata.
Yes. Yes, and she receives royalties from the blog. Doesn't necessarily need to work if she lives, modestly.
Yeah.
Hasn't
It's like
really...
a Patreon or something, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Weird. Hasn't really since
I
the
can't relate
incident-
to that at all.
No, me neither. But no, hasn't really done any exploring or working on the blog since the incident. Has been shying away from it, and is sort of piecing her life back together after that.
Okay. Well, this was 8 years ago,
Yeah.
so there's a lot of piecing together.
Yeah.
How often does a blog named after the Italian word for exposed get hacked
She
by
built a
porn
brand.
guys?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
I have
Reddit is
I
aflame
have
with
skills
your
in computers, so maybe there's something there.
There's-
That's why.
She's constantly having to take
It's like
comments
it's
by
like the guy who
Berlusconi.
does the oatmeal. It's like the guy who does the oatmeal. She's really good at SEO.
Damn it!
Yeah, exactly.
Don't you have better things to do?
Some people are loving it. And finally, Sean.
Okay, so this is Sean. I'll be playing Ivan Deleuze. Ivan was just a regular technician. He was doing electrical work at the airport when this happened. Afterwards, of course, he couldn't get a job because people were worried. He was one of the people that
So
got
his identity got leaked too.
His identity got leaked right out,
Okay.
and he couldn't land a job. And even if it wasn't like blatantly known, bosses aren't supposed to talk about their former employees like that, but they do. And let's face it.
So it's sort of like an informal blackballing.
Yeah, he got completely screwed out of pretty much everything. So he turned to a life of crime within a couple of years, and has spent the past until recently in a state prison.
Okay.
He was busted by Azure Mask, whoever the hell that is. And after he got busted by Azure Mask,
Was Azure Mask a member of the IDO or an unlicensed?
I don't know. You'll have to tell me.
Okay.
He doesn't fucking know. This dude comes out of nowhere and just kicks the shit.
You
out
never
of
looked into it.
No, I mean he was like he heard things, but he's just more.
I say your character was furloughed from prison early.
He's on probation.
Okay, he's on probation,
Yeah.
but he was kicked out of prison because of overcrowding, not because of the merit.
Wow.
So,
They put him on probation because they need to make.
well,
room,
there's
and-
been a surge in crime. Like,
yeah.
a lot of it
And
is.
you're just a regular criminal. You're not a base reader.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, there's for every one base raider, there's like 100 wannabes who get caught by the FBI.
So he gets out.
Feds trying to buy super soldier drugs.
He gets out. He knows a few things. He's
Yeah.
learned a lot in there. Now he's going back to the clinic, probably for the first time in ages, not in irons and stripes. So
How's it feel, Ivan?
weird, fucking weird, man.
Nice.
So you're all waiting in the waiting room. You could be talking. I guess Agata knows about Ivan's past.
Oh, of course.
All right.
Yeah, no, I'm on the phone though. Screw these magazines, and I'm not talking to anybody.
That's fine.
Ivan's artfully folding a magazine
Headphones.
into a sculpture, actually, a paper sculpture.
The heartstrings are
'cause
just
he's
trying
bored.
to bust through.
So all of you, the nurse comes up to all of you and says, looks at, you are the only people in the waiting room, by the way. Because I guess your parents wouldn't be waiting, or they drop you off or something like that, probably.
Oh,
Yeah.
Mom and I don't talk very much.
Yeah. They.
Said she had to move me. She never forgive me for having to move to Minneapolis.
Yeah.
And frankly, I can't blame her.
She might have just given you money to
Hell on
Uber.
earth, so.
Yeah, she might have just given you money to Uber here. So,
God.
Wow.
yeah, very absentee parenting. So the nurse says,
And yet,
your doc, you all have the same doctor, Dr. Hank Clendon. And the nurse says, well, Doctor, before we, Dr. Clendon, it's sort of unusual, wants to meet with all of you to discuss something.
That doesn't sound. I thought the doctors were supposed to do this, privately.
Well, this is not your checkup. You'll do your checkups after that. But
Right, but what
there's-
happened to patient confidentiality?
This is
Like,
not
there's a lawyer
related to
here.
your.
Is this a game show now?
Well, 1 second. So, ma'am, what is he asking us in for?
He wants to advise you on a legal issue that's come up recently.
Oh shit!
So he's trying to tell all his patients he doesn't have time to get through all of it. I mean, you could wait for your checkup, but it would help us get more patients processed.
I ain't going back.
So
It's a legal issue just relating to the incident.
I'm actually quite interested in hearing that.
So yeah, all of you crowd into his office.
Yeah.
Cringing.
Dr. Clinton looks like he hasn't had much sleep lately. He's been all your doctors. He's a very, as far as you know, he's a very professional, sort of very Midwestern kind of doctor. Very
Looks like Tom Brokaw.
yeah, a little bit, yeah. Very kind of stoic and short haircut, weathered face.
Spit it out, Doc Hank.
Yeah. So,
What's the mission?
It's good to see my patients, as always, but they're today the People versus Jane Doe, the Marauder case. A friend of mine who was reporting the case just sent me a text message warning me to let you know that there's something's come up that impacts all of you. There is the I don't know if you would probably know this. No, but there is the Morrisville standard based on the Morrisville case for defining who is a human biologically and legally. The Morrisville case involved a shape-shifting alien who could become biologically human, and that precedent has been. What he's saying is that this case has been overturned. There's a new precedence, and I don't have all the details, but it sounds like legally if this precedent is followed at the federal level, you're legally no longer human, based on the fact that you have been changed into something non-human.
But we reverted back, and there are only
right. That was the Morrisville
markers within our system.
You were born human. You were for a brief time, and biologically your cells are changed. That was the Morrisville standard, but that's been overturned now.
If I ain't human, do I get my years back somehow?
No, legally,
compensation.
Legally, if you're not human, you have no civil rights. You are property. Depending on there are different standards for it, but most of it means you don't have
Potato.
Yeah. So,
Shouldn't his mother be here for this?
This is a very complicated legal thing.
20.
Okay.
Shouldn't your mother be?
Maybe you should all just take some time and reflect on it. I suggest you reflect on this in a calm environment. Like there's a really good art museum nearby that you should just be calm and look at. And he hands you a brochure.
The museum?
Where's
It's
the
open to the
bar?
public. It's the
We're not the public.
that's the thing. The precedent's been overturned, but I don't think people are going to realize the implication. The government may not realize the implication.
So we're the public for 15 more minutes.
For maybe a few months. But you should really. He hands each of you a brochure for the Center for Visionary Art, which is in the same suburb. It's a walking distance. So it's like
Yuppie art.
it actually says outsider art. Which means like
They were at Burning
in fact,
Man.
there's a photo of a house built made of popsicles.
Is some of this
I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
is some of this outsider art mixology?
All of you. Does anybody have alertness at least +1?
Yes.
Those of you who have alertness, notice they're tiny. You don't even have to roll. You can just notice.
I also have art at 3.
Oh well, there are a lot of like circled letters in each of those brochures.
With tech?
So those of you with empathy could make.
Man.
Nope.
I have no empathy.
2.
Okay.
5.
Damn.
5 as well.
All right, 2. You recognize. He's saying something between the lines. Those of you who get 5, you could realize maybe you could figure out whether you want to. Well, I guess you figure out both of them, and we'll just metagame a little and say you both. One of you figures out his motive, and one of you figures out what he's trying to say. One of you figures out that I guess you figure out
I'm deeply concerned about his motive.
his motive is you realize You've been reading a lot of stories about how the government's been cracking down on ideal-run foundations. This place might be under investigation right now. They might have bugged the walls. They might have been bugging. Or he might be legally not. He doesn't want to say that he gave you certain instructions to. He wants to tell you something, but he doesn't want to make it. He doesn't want to implicate himself.
So what is he trying to say?
Oh, you need to go there now. It's really important that you go there.
You know what?
This brochure is really important.
I've been meaning to get a little more culture on my visits into the.
So yeah, you have some time. And you should get legal advice. Maybe you can fight this. Maybe it's federal court. It's not the Supreme Court. It could be the Supreme. Of course, the Supreme Court's been very anti-superhuman lately since all the heroes left.
Unfortunately.
Apropos of nothing, I do not give my informed consent for my likeness or voice to be used in any publications whatsoever. I just start quoting copyright law, which I've learned a lot about as I walk out of the room, nervously clutching my bag.
Just be normal. Just okay.
No informed consent. Just.
So
it's okay. Everything's okay. This is about my lunch hour. I'll let you guys. I'll be back here if you want your checkup after lunch. But I need to make some calls myself.
For now, we should go to the art museum.
It would
think
be
about
calming.
things. Get legal counsel.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
yes, let's all go.
You should, and remember, you guys are a support group. You should all be able to be ready. You've all experienced something no one else in the world would understand. So feel free to lean on each other because it's really important. I think you guys have solidarity. Yeah.
So, and afterwards, just kind of just shake his hand too and say thank you.
No, it's fun.
Appreciate it.
So, all of you, you leave the office. Are you going?
I'm going to try and decipher what the thing says.
All right, yeah, that would be. I would allow academics. If you want to scan it, I'd allow computers.
I have academics.
You have a laptop. Okay.
Actually, I have computers better.
Investigation.
Investigation would work too. Yeah. This is a pretty open ended.
3.
Right.
Also 3.
Also 3.
1. Fuck.
1. Yep. There's a message in it. There's something. You need
The
more time.
likeness of Trey S. is owned by Trey LLC. Subsidiary corporation.
So I got
owned by Trey
3s.
S.
3.
Okay, all right.
Please.
With the 3, you say it does say medical records. Let's see here. The ISDC data center, Popsicle House, asked to change records. These are basically circled letters inside the text of the brochure in order.
Okay.
So it's a very simple cipher.
And I assume we all got these brochures.
Yes.
Okay. I tap the lawyer on the shoulder.
Yeah.
Does this mean anything to you? And I relay the information.
Well, I'm looking at it, so yes.
Yeah.
What are you rolling?
Investigation again. So
What the fuck are you talking about?
That's all you know.
Or active. Okay.
Oh,
So this one's
nothing. It's just
So-
I just
So, actually,
Actually, so if you're leaving the clinic, go and give me an alertness check.
don't worry about it.
All right.
Okay, kid.
Alertness.
Oh, shit.
I really like your blog.
Nah.
I've been,
You know?
Let's welcome.
yeah, it's really
Nope,
good.
straight 0.
I
sorry.
like it a lot.
Thanks, kid. I haven't really updated
I've
it in
been
a while.
I've been trying to train and stuff for my own urban exploring, but it's Minneapolis and I don't have a car, so.
Okay, well, maybe call me sometime and we can go explore.
Oh God, that'd
Yeah.
be great. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, why don't we talk about this on the way to the museum, everyone? Come on, let's
What?
go. Oh,
Yeah. No. Are you going?
I'm
to the
going.
museum? Okay.
I-
Yeah, I'll go.
I've
I'm not doing anything right now.
I've already arranged for 2 cabs to pick us up.
I mean, I'm pretty
Yeah,
busy.
where's your mom?
maybe
I'm
we shouldn't be
20
going off
I
of
live
that
myself.
money. So,
I got an apartment in
What?
the settlement.
well, okay. Think about this. It's like there's a possibility with this going through more high profiles.
They're
will be
government
tracked
agents
first.
watching the clinic.
Oh.
They're parked vehicles with people in
What's
them.
stopping
Okay.
us from paying for cabs with cash?
I maintain my conversation with
I'm
Trey.
considering it as for walking instead of any kind of trail. But
I'm far from
that's fine.
casual.
Okay.
So,
Okay. All right. So what do you guys want to do? So you're going to the clinic. Are you
mean
still
the
there?
art museum?
Or sorry, yeah, the art museum.
Yeah, I'm going to the art museum.
Do we recognize any of us the ISDC acronym? Or-
yeah.
ISD. If you, that would be a computer check.
Okay.
or
bureaucracy?
bureaucracy.
Bureaucracy allowed to, yeah.
Base Raiders Google gives me a 2.
2 on bureaucracy.
You recognize that was a part of it's some sort of nonprofit organization formed to liaison between the ideal and the government for various things. So you don't
Public-private partnership.
Yeah, essentially. So, the ISD.
I'm going to the popsicle house.
Okay, you're going to the art museum.
I'll just follow along.
All right, so everyone walks or gets a cab or
I'm
Ubers.
just gonna walk because I'm just not
Okay.
really trusting in any.
All right, those of you who drive,
Nope.
you're walking.
I'm walking.
Yeah, I'm with
You're walking?
Walking.
You're walking too.
Oh, if she's walking, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I have a crush on.
So, are you,
I'll drive myself since no one else wants to come with me.
all right. Let's see here. Sorry,
We'll
Jeff.
watch you on TV, but
Jeff.
other people have
I'm
the channel.
walking.
Okay, so everyone's walking except for
Dan.
who's
driving.
Saul.
His car.
So you're walking.
How can this be?
All right, so let's see here, Dr. Saul. You get there first.
Yep.
The Visionary Center of Art. Looks like a very, very sleek, kind of modern building. Very well built. Parking lot's practically empty.
Wasn't there a member of the Ideal called the Visionary?
Well, it doesn't. Yeah, actually, there's a member of the Ideal called the Visionary.
Okay.
But he doesn't seem to have any obvious connection to it. It just looks like it's an art museum. But there's practically no one here. There's like 2 other cars in the lawn.
Well, I'm going to go to the popsicle house.
Okay. You go in. There is a greeter who's like, seems a little startled that someone's visiting. Says, welcome, here's a brochure. We are one of the Midwest premier collections of outside art.
So what exactly is outside art?
Outsider art is art produced by people who are not trained artists. People basically who decide to build things that are considered art later on. Like Springfield's own Robert Smith is an outsider artist, or Popsicle House's giant balls of yarn.
You can tell it's outsider art because if the guy standing next to you says, my 3rd grader could have done that, you just shrug your shoulders and say, well, duh.
Yeah. Well, that or abstract expressionism, but yeah. Or some other. Yeah.
So I've been hearing a lot of good things about the popsicle house. Can you point me in the
Oh yes,
direction?
of course. The popsicle house. He walks you to it. It's a nice Victorian mansion built as a popsicle house.
Like what scale?
It's about 5 feet tall.
Okay.
It's pretty big, very wide. It's very detailed. There's little popsicle people in it, stuff like that. So the greeters goes, enjoy the museum. So you're looking at it, and
I'm thumbing through the brochure again.
yeah. So you're looking at that brochure. So what are you thinking? What are you trying to do?
Well, I'm supposed to do something at the popsicle house. I'm
Yeah.
supposed to ask somebody something. So is there someone in the room?
Let's see here. Give me an awareness check if you have it.
I don't have awareness.
You can roll it a +0. Or if you have investigation.
Nope.
What
Oh
kind
no, I do have investigation.
Okay, well then you can try and
I have
investigate.
that at 1. I got
Negative 1.
0.
Yeah.
No, 0.
Okay, 0.
So
So you're not quite sure what to do yet. But yeah, so what is your process? What are you thinking here? Why would he send you here?
Well, this is probably some kind of greeting point, drop-off location, and/or access point to wherever our records were held off-site.
Okay.
I'm guessing that once the government crackdown started, they moved our records off-site just to ensure that our identities would remain as private as possible. So this house is somehow a gatekeeper to those records.
Okay. Do you have resolve or empathy?
I have lots of empathy.
All right. Wow. So you're thinking about this while looking at Popsicle House.
That's only a 2.
A 2? So you're thinking about this while looking at Popsicle House. And then there's just like a tiny... It feels like a spark in your brain. But it's kind of... But then there's a tiny voice. Do you need help? It's very tiny at first. And then you're just...
I'm thinking, it's like, yes, I...
Give me a resolve check. If you don't have it. Because it's a spark in your brain. That was a bit startling.
1.
All right. You do not take any stress from that, but you're a little... What the fuck is going on?
Yeah, I'm like, oh, what's...
Yeah.
Hello?
All right, so the rest of you are walking all together as a little group. So what are you talking about as you're walking to the museum?
So you guys from around here? You guys live in Minneapolis? Or?
Not originally, no.
DC.
Oh, yeah. We get a lot of people that come in just for the yearly checkups. I'm just down the block a little bit. I go to the place sometimes to read. It's quiet in
The art museum?
yeah, it's kind of quiet in there.
Yeah.
Ivan is being big.
It's
and
very
creepy.
calm there. You've always been. It's a very tranquil place. You know. Anyways,
As we are going down there, I'm just shooting off one quick text over to Linda, who's my partner at the firm, basically telling me I'm still at my checkup. If there are if there's any media that comes around in the next day or two, there's no comment. I will contact you when I'm ready.
okay.
So,
That doesn't startle partners at all.
Yeah, no, it's like what?
Contacts.
Why?
so
What's going on?
call it.
SIM card.
Well, I'm ready.
What's going on?
There's more phones that way.
I'll say.
Do they know about your? I guess they would. Do they?
Yeah, she
Oh,
would.
yeah.
So at least she does. So,
Okay. What's going on?
Send her the.
Are you having a relapse? Did it finally happen?
No, just in sending her finding a news article about the
Okay.
about its
roll academics or bureaucracy, whatever you use for your law.
So academics.
Okay.
God, are you kidding?
What'd you get?
0.
You send her something from a tabloid. Very sensationalistic. And she's like,
Conservative Tribune.
yeah. You send her another text, and it's like, this number no longer, you've been blocked from this call. She thinks you're a super terrorist now.
Or somebody's gotten a hold of my phone. So.
Yeah. Yeah. In fact, I'll compel that aspect. You've lost contact. Your firm is debating whether or not they should call the police on you. So you get a fate point.
Actually, it's not his firm anymore.
Well,
As of now.
Yeah, as of now.
Yeah.
It was probably going away anyway. So.
Well, I guess
If he's not human, he can't be party to a partnership.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't practice law if you're not.
Yeah, that's.
But you get a fate point.
He also can't accept
Yeah.
But you can't call them for any help or anything.
Yay.
She thinks Saul. So Vincent. So would I have met your character before?
7.
So what do you think this is all about?
Sean, I have a question.
Yeah. What was your character's name again? And would I have met you before?
So Vincent Dahl. So actually, if you want to, I can say I represented you in a small case when
You failed.
Now, here's an interesting question.
Yeah.
If Sean's been in prison for however many years, did the prison take him to get his checkup?
Yes.
Or did the Ideal send doctors to him?
They would have
went to
taken
the
me.
clinic.
They would have chained me up.
They have specialized
and
medical equipment.
Brought me over
Okay. Yeah.
on certain mornings once a month.
They have alien technology at the clinic.
Yeah.
I just wanted to.
No, yeah. That's actually what we talked about.
Yeah, he would be taken in before. That's why you may not have seen
Hey,
it.
Saul. Look like you're gonna
Like
piss
before
yourself. What's
operating
wrong?
No, I'm Saul.
Oh,
Oh,
sorry.
yeah.
He's
Vince.
Doll.
Doll. I'm gonna say sorry. Hey, Doll. You look like you're gonna piss yourself. What's wrong?
just kind of don't worry that I am completely at the mercy of a government crackdown, like everybody else here.
Shit happens.
That's what's happening.
It's like eat a cookie.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Way to ask a question. Just like, oh.
Well, why do you think he's taking us to the museum?
Did you read the pamphlet?
Well, yeah, but like, why
get
do
the
you really
message?
think he is?
I don't know.
There might be a contact.
I mean, it could be like he cares for us and he's trying to help us get out of this in some way, or it could be that like he's
Setting us up.
got some sort of secret thing that he really wanted to get in at and he didn't know how to, and so he's feeding us to it because he's running out of time, and he'll just use our pain and suffering to walk over our bodies to get what he wants.
Trey?
It's like one of those two things.
Trey?
I'm not really sure.
Got plenty to
That's your
spare.
name, right, Trey?
Yeah.
So I'm
It's definitely Trey.
I'm talking about.
Trey's definitely my name.
How many times did you
I don't
watch
think I've
Cabin
ever-
in the Woods?
What? Oh, I pirated. I haven't gotten around to it yet.
Okay, that's. I don't think you have anything. I don't think we're sacrifices, so I don't think you have anything to worry.
You know,
Okay,
daytime?
so you guys get to this museum. That's what you're
sorry.
talking
When did they let you out?
Just about a month ago.
Yeah, it used to come with like the
I know.
shackles.
I know.
And, like,
Hey, by the
guys
way,
and
they
everything.
played your episode again on TBS.
Yeah, they ruined that one. A lot.
Yeah, I know. The guys inside
I will
loved it.
say, anytime there's a TV going on and you want a fate point, because I will have you lose social stress from that.
But you know, your voice actor sucked. Did not capture you. You know, we all thought that.
We all.
So, all right, you get to the museum. So you're sort of engaged in thought, trying to like, what the fuck is this voice in my head? And you're trying to hear it again. You're trying to like talk to it in your brain, and you're kind of muttering to yourself, and you're just like thinking really hard. You don't know how the psychic stuff works.
No, I don't. Not at all.
When you hear a voice coming from behind you, aneurysm or constipation?
I turn slowly.
You see a well-dressed man. He's wearing sort of like something you see at an elegant cocktail party. He looks very refined, actually kind of a wry, amused look on his face.
Empathy. 5.
Okay, you actually.
Oh, counter roll.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Oh no, he rolled terribly. Let's see here. He had a 3, I have 2, so 1. You got to beat him by 4. So you can get one of his aspects. You figure out one of his aspects, which is bound spirit. This is not a human. He's slightly translucent. He's projecting an image to you. The older, well-dressed man.
Hello, good sir.
Yes. Hello. So you 5 walk in. There's like, we're having all kinds of people here today.
Before walking
Welcome
in,
to the
ghost?
flick the cigarette over my shoulder.
Do we notice it as a ghost?
Well, you're at the front door right now.
Okay.
There's
Do
a
I
greeter.
know the security guard?
Yeah. What's his name? Is it Otis?
Otis Phillips, yes.
Yeah, Otis Phillips. All right.
He was always nice and didn't call the truancy officer because he knew I was an autodidact.
Or
I would
he
hang out there all hours of the day.
Otis doesn't really think about things like that. You're quiet, so he's like,
This is a job he can drink at.
He's quiet, so I described a good personality that likes me on TV.
He's a good
Didn't
kid.
spit on the paint like the other ones
so not even the truants came here. It was actually very, very rare to see more than just you or a few other people around. In fact, since you've been around here, you realize, from what you know about the Visionary Center of Art, it was founded by some wealthy widow or heiress who left all of her money to art, and then so a trust fund was established to monitor it, and then it's basically run by a bunch of people who do just enough to ensure that they get money from the fund and not actually have to do any real work.
In a tragic misunderstanding, she meant her lover, Arthur.
That's your understanding.
He died alone.
There's a half dozen people who get cushy jobs
As
from this
all of
that
our
don't have to
uncles
do
do.
much. And they get to sit in a nice air-conditioned building all day. But they're very nice to you because
You're quiet.
they let you be. So, and you get to say, so because they get to show the other people, like, look, even the kids love this place.
Window
Even
dressing.
the kid, singular, loves this place.
They've got Wi-Fi, like the password's art.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's
So you guys are at the front door. The popsicle house is not immediately in view from the front gate or front door. So, are you going to? I guess you're all just heading.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
just walking towards it. So.
All
Is that the only place we know to go in the place? I can't remember the full
You
list.
can give me if you were all talking. You weren't really looking at the other thing. So you can give me another one per. Yeah, anybody else with investigation can look at it some more. Get another clue.
Much better. So, 5.
There is one other message. The first cipher you saw was little circles that were by circling letters in a horizontal pattern, but there's little squares. Then you look down in a vertical pattern. It says "Ask Logos," Logos.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
It's one of those John chapter 1 things.
Yeah. Anyways,
So,
so you 5 walk, you can try and figure out where Logos is or who Logos is, or you could go to the popsicle house.
You seem to be a regular around here, kid. You know what logos?
So,
No, you've never heard of Logos.
Is there any role to figure?
academic.
You could ask Otis. You could, if you tell me how you're trying to figure out who Logos is.
I could look it up on my computer.
Yeah, you have the Wi-Fi
Ask
password.
Otis.
Yeah.
It's art.
Yeah. You don't have to spend a payphone for that. I
I
like
get a 1.
that.
So I
Actually,
get the Google Translate.
It's Latin for
what are you
word.
searching for specifically? Just Googling Logos? Or are you
Logos and...
There wasn't.
I know a Boolean search term. I'll do Logos and the Fletcher Art Museum.
Okay, Visionary Center for Art.
Yeah.
All right. Your computer screen goes blank for your little laptop or phone or whatever.
No.
Yeah. And then there's a brief symbol of the ideal. So as you're talking about...
Oh, no.
The man's like, I seem to be quite popular today.
How are you, Nick?
Yeah.
Well, you would be.
Well, we can have a discussion. Let's walk to the front desk. I think someone's calling me. As you guys are, he's looking at his phone. Trey's looking at his phone. The rest of you
Also screaming no.
I have the data plan.
Yeah.
No. I throw it once I see the ideals.
Kid, whoa!
I will
Kids
give you a
these
fate
days
point
don't
if it
value
breaks.
nothing.
Yes.
All right.
Don't value nothing at all. I'm telling you.
They're coming.
So you see Saul walking next to you. Everyone can give me an empathy check.
Yeah, no.
No empathy.
No,
Alertness?
Alertness too.
What do you track?
1.
2.
2. Okay.
I make a
Just by
3.
2.
Okay. None of you notice. I mean, he's a well-dressed older man. None of you notice that he is
A ghost.
a spirit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Slightly translucent.
Is he a cop?
It's only when he's standing in front of a light source.
Yes, to he's a cop.
Keep these a ghost cop.
And he gets a guile check to resist it. But he, if you see the phone soar, you throw see Trey throw the phone at the wall. It's like, oh my. I seem to have been summoned. Hello, my name is Logos. Are all of you?
We were sent.
One of who?
I do not consent to have my likeness used. I just repeat the spiel again.
Dr. Clendon recommended that we come.
I think he's having an anxiety attack. Does anybody have, training for this?
He goes through this. Just let him get his
Otis,
spiel
ignore
out.
this.
Leave him alone.
Otis immediately goes to the front desk and starts reading a magazine.
What magazine?
Ferret Life.
Yes.
So,
Is that talking about the steam
ferrets are a very popular type.
I always thought Otis smelled weird.
Now we know
Now
why.
we know.
Yeah.
Well, no, that's the point of divergence between this Earth and the Base Raiders universe is the popularity of ferrets over cats.
And knowledge is a quarter of the conflict.
It's because of Ferret Man. He was so popular as a hero. Yeah. Just like how Spider-Man inspired so many kids to keep spiders. So Lou says, yes. Clint. Oh, my. There must be some sort of emergency.
Yeah, apparently
You could say that.
there's been a legal precedent overturned.
Or is going to be overturned.
My.
Sorry, in progress, but yes.
Well, I am bound to help you. You are obviously duly wards of the ideal, I sense, and as it is one of my duties.
Yeah.
Ward of the state.
You're doing a great job so far.
Okay, well,
Yeah,
Nothing changes.
listen, I hate to be rude,
what do you mean
but
words? Just
They have agreed to. Obviously, you were victims of some sort of attack, and they.
For
Yeah.
sensor.
Yeah. They.
Silver sensors.
Yeah.
We're magic sensors.
anyway.
You were victims of an attack, and they swore to help you recover from this attack, and so they were
Fantastic job they've been
Glad
doing.
those agreements.
Well, you're
still-
alive and seem to be relatively
Well,
intact.
I'm glad to see that those agreements are still standing
We can
full
debate
after
that later.
Ragnarok, but
for now.
So are we going to sit around all day and talk about what that means, or are we going
No,
to
yes,
actually
see,
talk
this is-
about what's going to happen
This is what I'd
next?
like to get into.
Yeah.
You've done. I hate to be rude, but is there any way you can prove to us that you are worthy of being a confidant? We've been given some very distressing information recently, and I'd just like to make sure that all of our rights are respected and we don't divulge personal information to someone who does not need it.
Yeah, what she said.
We're not people.
I see. Well, I am bound to do this. I am not a someone. I am a spirit. A bound spirit. Yes. You can. You can invoke that aspect once.
Well, I'm going to invoke that aspect, and which I guess I can invoke for free.
Yeah.
Can I also tag anti-ideal activist to, in all of my work in testifying against the ideal, have I picked up ideal call signs and high signs to make him identify himself?
Yeah, so that'll give you +4 in a roll. What skill do you want to use? Academics would work.
Since I'm wanting to also try to get enough information from him to put the party at ease, would that be a presence?
Oh, presence work perfectly.
Plus 4?
Going to abjure him by the power
7.
of the law.
7,
Damn.
yes. You recognize Cerulean and several of the other occult-themed heroes would often bound spirits to ideal facilities that were and had very strict, binding spells put upon them that compelled them to act in certain ways. And there are certain you can easily test this with a logic puzzle. You can ask him a simple yes or no question, and he will have to tell you the truth. So you could ask him. Is it day or is it night? And if is it 3:15 p.m. and he will have to tell you. Otherwise he can't choose to lie. He either has to always tell the truth or always tell a lie. So he doesn't have free will anymore.
All right. So does that answer everyone's questions? Can we move on now?
Yes.
So yeah, you
could move to a private area. That would be.
Yes.
Oh no, this entire place is private.
Well, I mean, I look over.
Otis.
I look over at Otis.
Long-servant humans who are human custodians
He's a
have.
robot.
No, they're human. They have entered in a mystical agreement of sorts in exchange for removing their free will when they are on performing their job. They get certain fringe benefits, such as extended lifespans.
Gotta read that fine print with the ideal.
So, as part of my duties, I can make him not see or hear anything I choose to.
I see.
As long as he's performing his job.
And just to be clear, I'm not interested in entering into any pact with.
I cannot do. I'm
good.
bound. Only
Good.
a sorcerer such as Cerulean could create such a
Okay. We're
Okay,
good
so
to go.
what do we need to? Why would the ideal bring us here in the event that the government would crack down on us?
Oh, well, he looks at the brochure, or does he? You've shown the brochure?
Yeah.
Okay. He looks at it and goes, oh, well, Dr. Clendon realizes that your predicament is simply caused by the fact that you are legally, your medical records will betray you as non-human once they are examined. Of course, right now they're confidential and secured and blah, blah, blah. For now. But it's only a matter of time before the government realizes that you are that they can get warrants for that and they can overcome this. But if those records were altered, then you could be changed to be still human. You wouldn't have to worry anything about that. So all you have to matter is change the records on the ISD server, which is a secure computer server that was operated that both the ideal and the government could access.
But if that cat's already out of the bag,
Well, that's the thing. They can't. They're not looking at it right now. And if it's hacked correctly, no one would know that the records have been altered at all.
okay.
And the Popsicle House, that's where we keep the psychic nanotech.
The what?
Oh yes, this is a storage facility, if you like. With I'm compelled to tell you the truth. Whenever is most convenient for you, we keep certain things here that have that are too dangerous to destroy, yet have a certain psychic resonance, and so they must be kept in a calm and human around humans to a certain degree in order to keep them placated.
A certain amount of neural energy to keep it fed.
Yes, if you keep them in a cold, dark vault at the bottom of the ocean, they'd either die or go spoil, if you will. So there are a certain number of things here that are quite powerful. And
is this one of those things where we don't get all pissed off or something bad's
Does
going to happen?
Otis have a computer?
oh, you can't. You're human. I mean, you don't have the emotional power to do that. Here.
That doesn't. Wow, thanks.
No.
Thanks for that.
No. In fact, one of the artifacts here is designed to keep everyone very calm. The music that you aren't even realizing you're listening to is calming you.
That's odd.
Yes, it's
Oh, his girlfriend.
yes,
Does Otis have a computer?
yes.
Can I walk over to Otis?
No reaction. He flips the page. If you touch him, he's
Can I take the computer?
it's sure.
I take his laptop.
You just wait, kid. Are you just stealing that?
Well, he said we have to hack the thing to change.
Oh no, you humans can't.
Oh.
You ask the psychic nanotech to do it for you.
Oh, okay. So let's go back to the popsicle house and
Well,
get that
what
done.
kind of database is this? Some sort
I don't know. I'm
Sequel.
honestly, I think you humans should have given up technology a long time ago, and civilization and language, and just go back to being apes on the beach. I mean, honestly,
You're
this-
about a
it has-
spirit. What are you a spirit of?
logic and yeah,
Like I
logos.
said.
Okay.
It's quite clear that civilization is making you suffer, and you should just.
Clearly. So help us overcorrect.
I mean, honestly, yeah. And
Yeah.
help us correct this fallacy of civilization, why don't you?
Oh well, again, I'm compelled to help you.
Okay.
That's not going to come. That phrase is not going to come.
So you walk back to the popsicle house. Again, it's a very nice looking popsicle house. Just think of yourself as a guest going to the popsicle house. That you're the correct size to go there. You're standing at the door, and you're going to see your good friends and give them a name, a family name, and then you'll be there psychically, of course, and then you can talk to them.
What will happen to our bodies when we're there?
You'll just be sort of standing around.
We'll be Otis.
Admiring the art.
You might drool a little. It depends on your
Nothing that
emotional
wouldn't normally happen
and
in an
willpower.
art gallery.
Great.
So you can do that.
All right.
Yeah, I'll go up there and I'll just do it.
I'll watch him.
Give me a resolve check.
0.
All right, you're drilling quite a bit.
Ivan says, "Fuck it, he's going."
All right, resolve for anybody who wants to go on a
Yep.
psychic check.
4.
All right,
Ivan stands still.
person with the highest score gets the name, the psychic man.
Damn, not me.
I compel my aspect. Nothing is as bad as middle school.
1.
Okay. Oh, 2. Give yourself a +2.
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's it. Yeah, that's invoking, not compelling.
Invoking. Sorry.
Yeah.
So I get a 4.
Okay.
So,
I got a 3.
But
Actually,
if you get a 4 and you spend a fate point, that's
okay, he's got it.
tiebreaker.
All right.
So you get to name them.
Tomlinsonburgs.
Yes.
Tomlinson.
The Tomlinson bird.
All right. So all of you are there. You're all human-sized. You're all, though, looking at yourselves out there. Your tiny little psychic avatars staring at yourself. You look outside the window, you can see yourself kind of like, So everyone takes 1 stress automatically.
that's-
except for you. You spend a fate point.
Okay,
More-
so fate point.
On composure?
A good roll means nothing.
Yeah, on composure.
All right.
And it's normal fate rules. Since we take 1 stress, we just take
Yeah,
off
yeah.
box 1.
Yeah.
I feel like the TV kid from Willy Wonka.
Yeah.
You know the one with Johnny Depp? It was a good movie.
Are they
Let's
really
get
our
one.
bodies if we're not?
you need to see the Gene Wilder one.
Gene who?
Logos is, of course, watching you.
So watch something
He
black and
waves.
white kid.
So you knock on the door. What do the Tomlinsburgs look like? Are they just normal people, or do they have some weird nanotech appearances? Are they spirits? Are they...
The Tomlinsburg was one old lady with a bunch of cats that used to talk to me as I wandered the neighborhood.
Okay, so it's her.
Lonely, without friends, while all
Okay.
the other children were.
And so the rest of the family is just her cats who now talk to us?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. So the old lady opens the door, and then there are many cats, and they speak as one.
Oh God.
In a calm, synthesized voice, "Hello, Trey. How are you? It is good to see you."
What fresh hell have you brought us to?
Kid, what
I don't know.
the fuck?
I mean, the irony is that if Edna was alive, she would have really loved this. She talked to him all the time. She was a nice lady.
She looks at you for a moment, and then she starts speaking exactly like Edna. And she's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Was that disconcerting?"
So this is the form.
You're right. Speaking in the voice, that's way better.
Oh, I'm
That
sorry.
typical ideal sensitivity I've come to know and love.
So this is the form.
She
of the
changes her
destructor.
voice yet again. Does this sound better?
Edna, let's just push forward.
Yeah, do the Jewish mom voice.
So could we come inside?
Yes,
Maybe?
please. Come inside.
Your
It's very-
psychic gestalt.
What does the house look like? Again.
It looks like Edna's house. I guess.
So
All right, it looks like Edna's house. It
which is a crazy hoarder.
Yeah.
cat
Yeah.
house.
Newspapers.
Yep. It's there's no. Well, actually, they're tapping your sensory data. So. Oh yeah, it's starting to smell too. Is this comforting?
No.
So
Kid,
here's a question.
I think I prefer the popsicle
I think
sticks.
pine is a better scent for company.
Fine, immediately.
If our psychic selves get dirty, what happens to our minds?
Nothing.
Nothing?
No.
It doesn't dirty our brain?
No, of course not. Don't have such. That is. Would you like to learn how it actually would impact you?
No.
Let's just push forward.
Yes. I am here. We are in standby mode. You have been authorized as a standard user. Would you? What would you like to do?
We
What
need to
operate?
access the
Change
ISD.
ISDN records.
What?
We have no internet access here. We have been
The Wi-Fi
air gapped.
passwords aren't.
We are specifically banned from building a Wi-Fi module.
I have 5G on my phone.
Why is that?
Security protocols.
Okay. Is there any other way to access that?
We could install ourselves a module into one of your biological bodies with your permission.
What would be the other effects of this?
Which one?
What?
We
Of
need
installing
admin.
yourself.
Oh, of installing yourselves. It depends on how much you would like for us to install.
Who's in control?
Of course, you would be, unless you grant us admin access. We are here to serve you.
What are the?
People with computer skills can make computer check.
Yes.
Sure.
2.
Holy crap.
I forget that electricity is a thing.
Yeah, 5.
Yes.
Okay.
Pseudo make me a sandwich.
Logos is outside.
Yeah,
did
this is-
someone actually follow my advice? Become a caveman? It feels like they did.
So you realize, this has been programmed to be like a standard computer. Tell me, whatever you tell it to do, it'll do it to the best of its ability.
In the most literal sense.
In the most literal sense, it's So a little bit to think before asking.
Monkey's paw.
Monkey's paw, but it's not malevolent. It's not gonna.
Right.
It's not gonna misinterpret.
But-
it will try to do its best.
But it will do what you told it to do.
Yeah. Within reason, there are safeguards and there are protocols to prevent the worst from happening.
So not quite think before asking.
not that malevolent. But
So that it just depends on who's going to become the walking vessel for this.
if you
this permanent?
I have accessed your cerebral cortex to ascertain the nature of your problem, and I have determined that you would like to alter your medical records to be in legal compliance with the new precedents.
Yeah. A question about your installment. Would it be permanent?
Well,
Yes or no?
it would be, by your definition, yes. It would not be permanent by the geological.
Second law of thermodynamics.
Yes, no, it would not. It would. It would end with your biological function.
Right. So it would be we would be unable to remove you from the one you were installed in.
It could be uninstalled.
But would that cause the death of the host?
It depends on the extent and how it is uninstalled.
So we should consider it a
Surgical
one-way
procedures
trip
could be used.
if someone gets it installed.
The grafting procedure usually requires surgery to remove.
What would be the benefits of having you installed?
Depends on how many modules you wish to install.
What? How many? List them off in tiers.
Okay. Cats appear everywhere. They're just on the wall. They're on the ceiling. Each one has a glowing title in front of it.
Oh man!
Electronic countermeasures warfare, stealth, assassination protocol 1 through 8, regeneration. It's a cornucopia of.
Assassination
so wait,
Protocol
what
7 was almost my favorite. I'm a sucker for tabbies.
What was the name of your monster's character? The
Fupa.
Fupa. So
Feline
this
Steam
is,
Undead Parliamentary
Yeah.
Sandwich.
so this is
I didn't make it Fupa. He made it Fupa. It's just
this is
psychic.
nanotech Fupa.
Yeah. Yes.
So
Actually, that'd be FEPA, the feline electronic parliamentary.
Yes.
Yeah,
Each
they're
one would
not
have
bad.
a biological conversion in order to build the nanohives into your marrow.
FEPU.
Mara.
Feline
Okay.
electronic
So
protocol units.
is there any other way to?
I have foreseen another way, but it requires either admin access, which requires a password, or to physically alter the security station built on the plinth that this art.
Can I
is. That's all
communicate
that.
with Logos right now?
Sure.
Logos?
There's a booming voice. Oh, hello. How are you?
God damn.
Would the ideal not want us to give them internet access?
Oh no. No.
Okay. So if they need access to the internet, they need one of us as an interface to control its access to the internet.
Okay.
That doesn't sound like fun at all.
I think what they're saying is that we want. They're willing to enhance us with their with the nanotech abilities in order to directly interface.
Like that sounds fun, doesn't it?
I mean, is it so
I cannot
bad
advise you because I do not have that is not within my bindings. If you would like, I could give you.
So
there is another option, of course. There are other things stored here. We could have the tour, and if someone, I am allowed to actually provide one deal because there is a loophole that they did not expect me. I could grant one of you my true name. Which would free me from this compelling, in which case I'd be your personal advisor and only advise you on your...
Harry Chris didn't go for it.
But there are other things kept here that could solve your problems.
There's a
vault.
a mortal spirit whose name means truth, whose name isn't actually his true name.
Yeah.
It's so comforting when their names are lies.
It's okay. Logos doesn't mean truth.
Logos is was bound to me. It's not my it's not my name isn't in English. It's such a young language. It's so
Guys, is it so bad? And lady, is it so bad not being people? Like, I have all my money in Bitcoin anyway.
How's that working out for you?
So
actually they're called byte dimes here.
Byte dimes.
Yeah.
Damn it, Ross.
Is there
What's in the book?
Ross? Is there a Dogedyme?
There's Dogecoin and byte dime.
Dogecoin is a universal constant.
Dogecoin.
Across dimensions.
Across
So
all
here's a
iterations
question. The problem isn't necessarily that we won't be humans. Personally, I don't care if I'm human or not. The problem is they'll seize our assets and our property.
They're already
That's
doing that.
not
to
my
begin
problem.
Yes, yes, it is.
This is
No, they-
problems.
What do
That's
I
the
have?
part you're not understanding. They haven't done it to us yet.
Yet.
It's-
you could. Yeah.
And it's not something it's not a virus that's spreading. They won't be able to tag us until they issue and obtain warrants for our
well, we
medical
could
records.
all like.
But the problem is, it's not just us; it's everybody.
Yeah, you could
else.
just
move
use
in
this
with
psychic
their
nanotech to go back to your
parents.
normal.
I don't know. I definitely don't live with mine, but we could do that, and they could you could give your stuff to relatives, and then we could leave this horrible psychic cat nightmare.
Is it? Oh, I'm sorry. I genuinely did not.
No, stop changing things.
Oh.
Hey,
Just,
I know. Make it strippers.
No.
It's been a long time. I'm sorry.
This would violate community norms. If you would like to go to the VIP room, I will need one in this room.
Later, suckos.
All right.
So I say we nominate the prisoner to do this for
It's
us.
like a nano.
no.
Mrs. Edna Tomlinsonberg just wants to help.
All right.
Okay.
So here's another
Yeah.
question.
Yeah.
If someone goes through with this, by the new law that's going to come into effect, will they no longer be human? They will have to become unhuman to make sure the rest of us get recognized as human.
But that's only if
If they get caught.
If the grafting process becomes part of our medical records,
Right.
which
Yeah, this has nothing to do with truth. It has to do
Well, of course.
Yes.
No, of course.
because obviously the law has
lawyers.
decided that, truthfully speaking, we're not human, so we're already skirting the law.
Oh, no, I'm well aware that we're skirting the law. I'm quite
We're
familiar
already
with it.
illegal by
First
standards.
they came for the Ludians, and I said nothing because I
Well,
was
I mean,
from a-
there are ways if you break this, if you change the security station that's underneath the popsicle house. That would allow the psychic nanotech to gain Wi-Fi access, or
And only
No.
if you get the admin
password.
seed AI contact
Yeah,
with the
Walk back out of the VIP
I heard
room.
you talking about.
Well, that was
Oh,
disappointing.
So if we do that, then suddenly we toss everything we've done so far and grab Eclipse Facebooks.
Not necessarily.
Nope, transhumanity's fate.
Yeah.
We could bolt it straight
Oh
on.
yeah, we could. I need to get that.
That is true.
So,
But okay, so our choices really are limited to this. Is that
Logos
we
mentioned there
elect?
was-
I can hear you all now. The booming voice says.
So,
You
Logos.
invoked me in this place, so I can talk.
Logos.
Can you lower the volume a little bit?
Oh well, would you like to invite me in?
No.
You're
Are there
okay.
are there consequences for inviting you into the psychic AI?
I would see what it looks like and
Influence it.
No, I can't influence it. They
Now,
can't.
let's leave Logos out
It
there.
is specifically
Loudness is
found
fine.
not to
You're-
respond. To
You're
me.
good where you're at right now.
Very well. The booming voice continues.
Logos, what else is there in this facility that could aid us?
Well, there are 6 other artifacts of unusual nature that are kept.
I
here.
don't believe they.
Can you describe?
It would be better if I showed you.
Yes,
Alright,
just
that's
give us the visual tour.
Okay.
Well, you had to leave.
Perhaps let's assess our options.
There are
It's okay, maybe
Before turning
there
someone
are
into a
barriers between each
roll
artifact.
better on the random psychic.
Yeah.
Logos, are there government agencies in the building right now?
No.
Will you be kind enough to let us know if they become a concern
Of
to
course.
our safety and
Yes.
or well-being? Okay.
And let's take a look.
Oh no, this place is a fortress.
Okay. Very good.
Stop being chicken about this. Let's just go take a look at the other shit. All right.
All right.
Yeah.
go.
Also, in an out of character sense, are any of us really expecting any of these gifts to not come with a horrible drawback or price
Oh, it's
tag?
always
Oh, no,
going
it's
to
going to be
Okay.
We
I
just-
I want to pick the ones.
We just want to see the
I mean,
flavor of
it's
the
Ross
product.
running the game, so of course.
What? What? Just because you have
Ross, you have
case history.
You have difficult choice written on your forehead.
No, like that's the thing. It's just like for all of these, it's like there's going to be some kind of drawback where we're going to be exposed and or not, or we're going to try to raid and walk out and sell this to a base raider for our own freedom. Like, yeah,
There are no good decisions.
there are no good decisions. So it's just instead of arguing about whether or not it's a good decision, let's figure out.
Let's find which flavor of screwed we'd like to be.
Yes.
Which devil would you like to be doing?
All right.
Like, and I'm just saying that in the sake of time, because we've got
Yes.
6 of us that have to decide a thing.
Yeah. Well, the next thing, there is a painting. It is a landscape painting. So
Picture, if you will.
Yeah.
I'd like to leave.
Huh?
Leave?
You just think about it.
Okay.
You're back in your own body.
Oh
yeah.
my god.
Yeah, remember we're going on a
Last
tour.
time I saw her was at the funeral, and her skin had that weird sheen. I don't know what they did to it. Oh, that was horrible.
Just think of it.
Yes, you humans do die. Like it just rot. It's terrible.
That will never not be unsettling.
Can we just get on with it, please?
Death. So uncouth.
It's like we have no choice in the matter.
Well, that's because you choose to be human.
As we're walking,
Yeah.
it's just Logos. I am not asking for your true name to unbind you, but I am asking what was the nature of your spirit before you were bound.
I'm not allowed to answer that.
Okay. Of course you're not.
He stays here.
Anyways,
No.
I was not an enemy of mankind, if you would know. I was rather indifferent to you. You're so paranoid.
He still remains asshole alpha to this place. We leave him here.
Well, I'm only bound to this place as long as this place is intact.
It's true. So there might be someone may just need to have him piggyback just to keep him in check.
Right.
If we want to be responsible.
If you want the
You
ghost,
overthink your importance. You
If
know
you
that?
want-
I have better things. Their cosmos is fast. I have better things.
if you want the
Anyways.
ghost module, listen, be
Anyways.
my guest.
So he takes you to a large landscape painting. It looks like a 19th century, vaguely impressionist, rather moody, sort of a farm field or overcast day. It's rather beautiful. Then he says, "This is a portal to a pocket universe." I'm not.
What?
Yes. The.
Very lovely brushwork.
Yeah, it is. It was painted by a master whose name was erased from history. But the Cerulean and several other heroes took things and put them in there, and and they guided certain people in there too. It's its own little world.
There's people still in there?
Yes, it's like it's a pocket universe now. So
Are they prisoners?
I don't think so.
It's okay, the halflings and decanters of
Could we let them out?
I don't think they want to come out.
Okay.
but
Have
there
they
are-
been given the option?
I don't know, to be honest.
But what's in there in this pocket?
I was
universe?
specifically prevented from knowing too much about it. In fact, I do not know exactly how to get into it. I know it has to do with the inscription on the bottom, which I'm bound to be unable to translate.
Deleuze is checking the inscription.
Yeah, take a look at it.
Okay, academics.
Academics.
Don't have it, but I'll roll it anyway.
Oh,
You can't roll it.
I can't roll it.
Yeah, not with that.
no defaulting.
Two.
Nope.
Not with academics. It's not English. It's not a common language.
Would art work?
Art would definitely work.
Would technology at all?
No.
Okay. I'm trying.
Magic.
Dang it.
Fuck it. I got so many
It would take time to research it.
Yeah.
You could remove it and translate it as
No.
you wish.
Is
or-
removing the painting disturb the pocket dimension?
As far as I know, no. Unless you... the painting itself, I believe, is indestructible to mortal weapons.
Oh, neat.
So it could even be used as
So
a
I
shield, I
could
suppose.
Yeah.
strap a leather strap to the back
Seems
of it.
rather dangerous, though. Especially if
Hidden
some...
behind by a shield.
Shouldn't one of us, wait outside? in case like you can't get out of the pocket?
Well, we don't know
dimension?
how. I don't know how it works. You'd have
This is
to.
just one of the things he wants to do.
well,
Don't worry.
There are
it's
others.
not going into it yet.
Yeah,
He still has a
Touch
great
the
deal more to
surface of
show
the
us,
painting.
I imagine.
it's oil.
Okay.
Yeah,
I probably ruined
it feels like oil, but then it feels a little weird.
Like I could just go, and you guys could, when you figured out how to do this, change my name and.
The next one's actually a little easier to understand. We have a little library over here, and we have a rare book.
20.
So you see, there's a middle-aged woman there, sort of reading. Says, "Oh, look, visitor, Glinda, forget everything," and Glinda goes back to reading. So
That would be helpful.
I don't get to do that very often.
What? How,
I do get to
when
it,
you
though.
said everything, is it like everything or
No, of course not.
Everything that happened today,
Okay.
we already established.
Words
what
are
the
more
rules
clever than
are.
that. It's not.
All right.
Doesn't care.
I know.
They never do.
Okay.
So he goes in the rare book room. Now, normally, you always have to wear gloves in these rare book rooms. So there's one book in particular that doesn't belong. And I do know about the history of this one. Back in the 1950s, the U.S. government, the CIA was doing naughty things that they weren't supposed to, and they were trying to make super soldiers. But the ideal got onto them and figured out a way to keep them from making super soldier drugs by basically keeping them from getting the raw components to make the drug. So they couldn't, manufacture anything. But then they had a clever solution. Why not look to another source? And they figured out that they could actually genetically engineer fungi to have the same by using certain hallucinogenic mushrooms as the base, and then adding things on, blah, blah, blah. But then, of course, you'd have super soldiers who are tripping balls, essentially.
Who wants to be a Warren Ellis character?
What's the minus?
Yeah, essentially. But they were useless. So they finally had a way to essentially take the hallucinations and sort of package them through written hypnotic suggestion. So this book in particular is actually, it's not made of paper, it's made of psychic fungus. And if you read it while not wearing gloves, the fungi will sort of just bleed through into your fingertips, give you super strength and powers, and the book will indoctrinate you on how to use your new superpowers. The more you read, the more powers you get. But of course, there is some sort of very patriotic, I'm told, indoctrination going on.
I think we should just prepare for our lives under the bridge now.
How does this help with
Why is
our
everything
problem?
so horrible here?
There's a reason why the ideal kept them here instead of using them in their own.
Patriotic
Hell.
to whom?
1950s CIA agent who was actively using hallucinogenic drugs as well. So,
Yeah.
Were you really considering it?
Fucking feds. Never
well,
mind.
I think if you had the skills in this, you could easily covertly infiltrate the data storage facility.
I mean,
What's
come on. Super strength, tripping balls.
there's probably super intelligence in there as well.
reason? No wonder you were in prison.
And also, just
Wow, Judge Much?
Yeah,
1950s.
this is only the third thing. I mean,
1950s world was a lot different than the current one, so it wouldn't be all bad.
What?
Well, unless you want to start screaming.
I'm
I'm told the author was rather provocative and progressive for his era, but I'm not allowed to read it.
Next.
Yeah.
We'll see what's.
And it would have no effect on me anyway. From what I understand, if you read it with gloves or without the fungi, it's just gibberish. So you have to be hallucinating in order to read it.
Yeah, most of it is.
Yeah.
Like a paper bag or anything.
Well, again, this
It's a
would
regular
probably,
paper.
We can
bag,
come
not
back.
A psych paper bag.
So,
there's a trash can over there.
actually,
There's a bathroom there too.
Okay, no, don't look at me.
All right.
The next one is over here.
here's the vomit bag from the airplane.
This one's rather simple. It is there's basically it looks like a guitar that the guys glued little things on, little action figures to, and stuff like that. It says, "No, this is not it, actually."
Total letdown.
Going for it. Pretty much like I don't care what the downside is.
It's the magical superheroes toy guitar.
Damn it! I'm so disappointed.
He says, "Push simply twist
Whatever he
that
says to do.
GoBot, I believe it is called." And,
You touched it?
That's actually a sound wave, so.
Yeah. Oh god!
Soundwave was not a jet.
Some of us
It reveals a beautiful curved sword. Those of you with academics +2, you make an academics roll.
Art?
Melee don't mean shit.
Art would work too.
Melee would not work. Oh well.
So I think that's going to be my thing for this campaign.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
art. I got 4.
Also,
it's-
three.
Yeah, 3.
4.
3. 1. All right. It's old.
Definitely a sword.
Yeah, it's definitely sword. Those of you with 3 or more, you definitely recognize them as an ancient Egyptian khopesh. Hooked blade. Yeah, 4 you recognize. It actually has the symbol of Cleopatra on it.
Is this
It says,
a
this is
stand?
Cleopatra's sword. She was a renowned philosopher, which in ancient times meant more of alchemist and mystic, and she imbued great mystical power in this.
Such as?
I'm not allowed to know exactly.
So we'd have to grab it to find out.
Yes, and you actually would probably be good to wield. The men, not so much.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll keep that in mind.
Is there a danger of some kind of snippage?
I'm not sure. It actually reacts differently to each user from what I sort of inferred from implication.
All right.
So,
Honestly, this one seems kind of normal. Magic sword.
Don't
I'm
touch it.
not going to touch it.
It'll
but I
probably
mean,
kill
the other one
again, I'm not sure how this would work because I'm not sure what its powers are. But with a magic sword, you can.
it doesn't say psychic fungus on the tin, so.
You're so down on other life forms. Like,
I'm still
you're
shit.
all basically the same.
I'm
to
still
me.
bookmarking
Well, I mean,
that.
I'm not putting it out of my mind that the sword might talk.
Yeah.
Psychic fungus.
Oh, I'm sure it probably
was a
does
future
communicate in
way,
some
man.
way.
Yeah. In some way. Okay.
Probably want you to establish an empire. You know.
Probably.
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
Yeah.
Suddenly, Faust was playing Wield.
So going. Oh yes, back to the. We need to go back to Glenn.
Why am I really attracted to the Italian Prime Minister? Where is this coming from? I want to ally with him for some reason.
Would you end up going with like a second in command afterwards?
And or Pope.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, Berlusconi.
Indulge.
I'm so glad you sent me another message.
All right, back to Glenda's office.
Yeah, so Glenda's still on autopilot. You go back to a large, rather spacious office that looks like no one does much work there except for browsing.
So is
you know.
Glenda
Like
magic?
a museum.
Yeah, like a museum. But there is a large sort of 1980s style, like, electronics processing kind of thing. There's little patch cords on it and stuff like that. There's a little black label on it that does say aesthetic. Wow. Yeah. This is actually built in part of one of the things.
Burn it down.
Hold on, I'm not in on the joke. I need the explanation.
Yes, it creates it allows emotional manipulation through sound waves that you can music.
So it's what's being used.
It's set on.
Here
Yes.
you go, Dan. Merry Christmas.
It can. I'm
The
not.
problem is you develop a new.
This would weaken the balance.
That and your
forces.
face ends up looking like a pale white bust.
Yeah.
Yes. So that's the other one. And then of
Wait,
course,
so comments against vaporware aside, what is it exactly?
emotional manipulation through music.
Okay.
You can program it to do other manipulations too.
But it wouldn't be as good as emotional manipulation.
Well, I don't know. It depends on your skill as a musician or an engineer. You figure if you understand the technology behind it.
Okay.
Alien made it, I think. I'm not sure. They just, maybe one of the super scientists did. But the last one, of course, I am technically listed as one of the artifacts or one of the, things stored here.
So you're the last one?
Well, no, there's one more
Okay,
aside
right.
from me.
Yeah, let's see that one.
That's in the void, which is well, it's basically an architectural impossibility. It is a bit disconcerting to walk in there.
Do I need a tightrope to get there?
Is Escher one?
No, it's just it doesn't show up on the blueprints, and if you think about like how this hidden space would fit with the walls around it, your nose bleeds.
Welcome to Ross Payton Memorial.
Wait, what's it do?
Well, I should just show you if you're brave enough. So
There you go.
So you go.
Let's visit the Springfield Mystery Spot.
So there's a sculpture of a Doombot that was made with scrap iron that's sort of leaning against, put up against the wall. And he says, well, again, I cannot open it, but if you simply remove or twist this plasma cannon to the other way, it'll disappear from the wall will disappear and you can walk into the center void. I cannot do so until at least one.
What's the
I'm
advantage
going
to
to
it?
invoke my aspect Denodate to uncover, to reveal, and I want to go in.
All right. All right, so you want to get a fate point for that?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Then you fail your resolve check. You take 1 stress.
Okay.
Actually, I'll just roll. See how much stress you take. Yeah, only 1.
Yeah.
But you go in there first, and Logos follows you. So the rest of you, after you twist, basically what happens after you Agata, twist the twisted metal plasma cannon on the sculpture, the entire wall disappears and becomes like a black plane, like it's just
Sweet.
And so you just step through and disappear.
God damn it.
Yeah,
So,
What, kid?
what
What's
happens
your
to the
sense
rest
of
of us if
adventure?
we step through?
Oh, I'll go.
you have to make a resolve check.
I rushed the boy.
1.
Okay.
Resolve.
You take, let's see here. 3 minus 1, 2 mental stress.
Composure.
Composure, yeah.
Okay. Walking back in.
All right.
You know, we're going to go insane before we're actually done picking our powers, guys. You know that, right?
Oh, do I have to roll? I have to roll 2, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't take any.
2.
That was weird.
I'm not walking in there.
Oh, that's fair.
I got 2.
While I'm in weird space between area where
you
there's
got
no smoke
two?
detector.
Yeah.
All right.
Light
It doesn't do
cigarette.
anything either.
Okay.
It didn't roll very well. I'm rolling for each
Now
one
I'm
separately.
behind you.
What'd you get?
2.
You take 1 stress. Yeah, composure. And you're staying out.
I'm staying outside and lighting a cigarette.
Okay.
Fuck it.
Your cigarette does not light.
Son of a bitch.
Vape.
Yeah. He doesn't have cigarettes.
No.
So all of you are in a plain room, and inside there is there's actually in the center there's a stone block with runes on it, and sitting on it, just sort of like almost like a throne, and on it there's a skeleton that's got sort of black and charred, and inside the ribcage there's sort of a green glowing essence, and then scattered throughout the room there are 3 desiccated human corpses at varying stages near it.
Nope.
I guess some burglars got in over the years. I haven't been in here in decades, to be honest.
The smell didn't
Nope.
distract.
Oh no, there's no smell here. Yeah, you might not notice that. Yes, this is they just call it the essence. It is the essence of I don't know the name, but of some sort of alien death god. There's a fragment of it in there. You would gain great mystical power from it by letting yourself.
Okay, I'm sorry Tom isn't here because he'd just be over there licking.
Ram his face through the ribcage.
Face?
Also, yes.
To be honest, I believe its power actually isn't that great. But it was linked to something else, something greater. So it was more like used to say.
Conduit?
It's one of those run-of-the-mill alien death gods.
Well, no,
Not one of those high-tier.
I don't know. There's always a prophecy, or it's a key to something.
What specifically?
I wasn't allowed to know.
How would it help us?
Well, it would grant you great power. I mean, you would gain that fragment of the alien death god's power. Probably kill people by thinking about it, that sort of thing.
I think the sword seems the best right now. This is creepy as shit.
I am here to help you.
So
there's one other thing. Of
How
course,
is
there
a
was.
sword going to help us hack a database?
I don't know.
Metaphor.
Hacking!
There was also a teleporter that would lead to some other ideal facility. You could probably figure out how to teleport to another facility. I don't know what's on the other side, but it's standard ideal technology.
So you don't know what's on the other side. So it could just
really any of the other heroes who use this place would use it.
So would you be able to figure that out?
Has anyone been to the facility? Or been, maintaining it?
That place? I mean, not since Ragnarok. I haven't seen anybody.
Have we tried like a computer yet?
Yeah.
Just
Remember, it made cats at us.
I know, but maybe one with a keyboard. Maybe the password was password
You want to hack
or art.
You want to hack the ISDN database with
ISD.
password.
I want to do it with something other than an ancient sword or an alien death god. Yes.
Here.
Okay, let's be honest. I think we're all in agreement that Alien Death God and Mystical Sword of Cleopatra are probably off the table.
I don't know about the sword.
Don't forget mystery painting and psychic fungus America book and
Okay, However, the nanobots seem to grant a large amount of other abilities.
Aaron. Sorry.
It's true.
Everybody drinks.
Sorry.
Trust me, if one of you were to make a deal and I would to release me, and I would grant you my true name, so that there would be a symbiotic relationship, I could solve this problem for you quite easily.
Look, man, you seem like an evil genie. Like,
I'm not evil.
Are they still in the portal
I'm
thing?
immoral.
So you are a genie.
No.
Immoral or amoral?
Distant cousin. Yeah. Amoral. I don't.
nothing wrong
Your
with that.
terms of morality are so limited.
You know what? I feel that you are been the most helpful. So what
Well,
is your
thank you.
true name?
Whoa! Dad opens the book.
Everyone freezes.
I go back to the music machine and turn on Imogene.
The instant anybody walks out, I'll be sitting there going,
All right. Well, let's step
How's
out
the
of the
event horizon?
room. I don't want to disturb the alien death god fragment.
Yeah, I don't really want to know this name too.
All right. So you step out of the void.
and so when
I'm
they
going
step
back to
out,
painting.
they step out, I go, how's the
All of you
approach to
step out of the
event horizon? I mean,
Yeah.
you know.
fuck yeah.
Okay,
Okay. Letting you go.
the black plane disappears. It becomes the sculpture again. So yes, if I give you my true name, you swear to. Well, first you must free me by destroying 3 separate bindings on this in this place. There is a portrait of Avalon. There is a row of them. Look for the one that is incorrect. I cannot give you explicit instructions. It has to be a question thing.
Highlights for kids.
Let's see here. Then there is a landscape painting of Sanctuary. You know, that alternate universe where they stuffed all the aliens that they were inconvenient, like those Ludians from the Invasion. Look for the stars in there, and well, just he says find that painting that has the stars in the incorrect position and destroy that one. And then there is another one of these Doom bot sculptures is incorrect, and simply remove the thing that is wrong on it, and you will destroy the bindings.
Can you tell me who
Five
else you have served besides Saru?
I only served the ideal. I was free before then, and you will be my second master.
Can you tell me why the ideal bound you?
Very slowly.
No,
What did you do before you were bound?
I was free.
Yeah, we already asked that question.
Free to do
He
what?
can't tell us.
Yeah, I can't tell you I was free.
Which civilization fell because of you?
None. We are so egocentric as a species.
Can I look out the window?
Sure.
Are you native
Is
to
everything
Earth?
okay outside?
No, we already got him to. He's obligated to tell us if something outside poses us harm.
Oh yes, this is a place that's quite fortified and psychically, I would say not invisible, but people just don't pay attention to it.
Let's figure out that freaky painting.
Unless you, the only risk is actually you.
I'm
If you draw
interested in
attention
seeing
to
what
it.
it is. So
Right.
Okay.
Which,
Yeah.
okay.
'Cause-
So, what is, in a metagame sense,
Yeah.
what is his powers? Like, what is his power archetype source?
It would be magical, and you don't know the exact things, but you realize it depends. He tells you the level of connection that you want to have it could be variable. So you could determine how tight your pact is with him. It could be very strong, and he could grant you a lot of power, but then you have a lot of aspects. So we will, for this case, and like all of these powers here, to a certain degree, allow you to design to a certain extent.
Okay.
So he is obviously related to information and sorcery. So he could grant you, he would be the jack of all trades power. He could grant you, he could do a lot of different things. So like you would have variable time seen. So you could choose once per scene. He could do a different thing for you. He would be like Genie from Aladdin to a certain extent.
But
not Wishmaster.
he'd be a lot more salty than Robin Williams, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, no. Again, biological
You watched that
organisms.
recently?
Yeah.
I think you might be surprised.
Yeah. So yeah, that would be his basic thing: variable time seeing.
Okay.
So you would get 1 or 2 powers per scene that you get to choose.
And that the closer I bind myself to him, the more variable powers I would.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It's like how many skill points and refresh you want to put into it.
And is it one of those once I decide I'm done, or can I invest more or less as time goes on?
You can invest more. You can improve your power.
I can always improve, but I can't scale back.
You can scale back eventually. You can transfer it into a new power if you decide you want to break. And you could give it up entirely and get all those skill points and refresh back, and then put them into a new power.
But then you'll lose the love of the fair Marguerite.
Yeah.
Where's the teleporter?
Oh, the teleporter. It's over. It's actually rather. The executive washroom over here. There is a key, but we'll just get that from Glenda. Well, you can. I can't. I'm not allowed to touch things. And just unlock it, and then flush and hold it, and the teleporter pad will open up.
What's on the other side?
Just a pad with a key. It's the teleporting.
No. Where's it send us?
To an ideal facility. I don't know which one.
Full of things like this?
No, it would probably be a high-tech one.
Let's figure out
all metal corridors
first.
Ideal traps. I don't know.
I was going to say, it's like, you know what? One way or another.
This place was unique, rather, because it was meant to hold. All of these things are better. Like, the Void one is the only one that's the opposite, and that's why everything is around it to, sort of psychically keep all the death energy.
I'm either picking up the Void or I'm picking up Logos at this point. I'm not sure which.
Why not both?
Also, all of you realize, all of you, there are other people in your support group. You could ask people who know more about the base raider stuff. If you make a contacts roll, you could...
I have contacts.
Yeah, if you have contacts, you could ask.
I don't have friends.
Or with you, if you have some sort of relevant skill, you could do research like all of you know about base raiding and the idea of selling superpower sources for profit. So you could just let's take that psychic paint, that magical painting, and try and sell it for a lot of money, and then get ourselves super soldier drugs.
I might have met
power.
somebody inside who would have a line on this shit. I mean, it's illegal to base raid, isn't it? I mean,
Yeah, oh yeah.
so I would know. I
It's
might
the new
know.
moral panic. It's super illegal.
I might know a guy.
And well,
Like
again,
D&D in the
but the
90s,
thing is,
right?
I'm not wanting this stuff to get out to the point where it could either hurt other people again, like we were hurt.
Oh yes. By the way, I am obligated to. I am bound to help you, but I am also bound to tell you that if you disturb anything, you might undo the delicate balance that has been woven through the decades, ensure to insect, blah blah blah, protect. Anyways, so that's.
I was going to say, Logos.
Speed?
Hold on.
If you remove anything, it might change the balance. And I don't know how it would affect the defenses of this place in this new era, because I'm not allowed to learn about the outside world.
All right, guys.
Logos,
Yes.
do you know how your removal would influence this facility?
It would essentially be on autopilot. I am here to sort of finesse things and make sure everything runs nominally. Most of the defenses are automatic, so they'd be left at the automatic settings. And,
Would we be able to take over this as our own stronghold of sorts with your assistance?
with my assistance, of course.
I go back to the statue.
What?
So, guys, we're doing this or we're not doing this.
Oh, I'm doing this. I'm getting
My
Logos's
name
help.
changed on the records.
Are we doing this?
You don't have to take this, but I think it's imperative that at least.
Yeah, you guys have only been here about an hour. You've had a lot of information.
To protect the others of who have been victimized like us, we're going to have to take the initiative.
So we're doing this.
Wait, no. Where does that thinking come from? No. We should turn this into the authorities.
As we are pretty much non-citizens, non-human.
We fix that, and then we should turn this into the authority.
And
Wait,
they will
kid,
deal with
You want to
us.
give this to the police?
Kid,
Yes!
they're going to misuse it, and what have you got to lose?
They're gonna hide it away like sane, rational people.
It's already hidden
You
away.
remember that
We found
time
it.
where all the police died in one day? Oh wait, that never fucking happened. Because they're fucking adults. Meanwhile, you got spandex and lycra assholes flying through the goddamn sky, deciding they want to turn people into mutant monsters at the airport, or use their likeness in a TV show and ruin their life. And what the fuck are you gonna do about it? Because they've got eye lasers and can spit tornadoes. Fuck no! We give this to sane, rational people. What's wrong with you?
But if you could spit tornadoes and shoot fucking eye lasers,
You know, I'm not allowed to watch television because of my bindings, so I would really like to see this. I've never seen that show.
well, there we go.
Anyway, I'm going to go on the quest to unbind, rebind Logos.
Okay. Yeah, you can give me academics or.
Presence, deceit, empathy are my tops.
Okay.
Academics is fair.
Okay. Yeah, academics. The first one is figuring out which of the Avalon paintings is wrong.
2.
2? That's enough. One of them has a red thing where there should be a blue symbol on his patch on his uniform.
So do I need to destroy all 3 of these things at once?
Oh no, you just need to destroy one at a time. So just destroy the painting that is wrong.
Okay, so
If you destroy the wrong painting, there will be dire consequences. I have to tell you that.
Dan
Okay.
dies.
So, like, should we
legal boy all the place stuff.
Or...
Do we even know he's doing
so
He's walking over there doing it. Yeah, it's in public view.
Okay.
yeah. All right, I just want to make sure that I destroy
Getting the
these.
key for the teleporter.
You
in case
become-
I need to get the fuck out of here.
I destroy these. You tell me your true name, or you tell me your true name as
Yes.
before I destroy these.
I can only do it once I am free, but I'm honor bound to follow my own word. I am allowed free will in this one area to tell certain people my true name or not. They did not, because I couldn't do that with Cerulean because he already knew it. But he forgot to overlook that part when he bound me. So I am
He's dead. Probably. I don't know.
I have no information one way or the other. So yes, destroy. Follow the 3 steps. You will break. I will be free, but I will be bound by my own word to give you my true name. In which
Would
case,
you give me the information that I would need to also enter into a binding with you?
Yes, yeah. So that is what he's saying. He can bind himself.
All right, I just wanted to make sure that by doing this first, I don't just release him and he goes off and does whatever.
Nope.
That I still actually do get superpowers from this. Okay.
Oh yeah, you do get superpower.
Bap.
Okay, you destroy the first painting. The entire building shudders for a moment.
Great!
Quest progress.
Gonna
Finding
take-
1 of 3 broken.
Yeah,
Gonna take a look at the painting before.
the Pocket Universe painting.
Yes.
Okay.
What's going on with that?
So I'm still interested.
Oh, you're trying to.
Yes.
Okay.
Are there drapes anywhere?
Yeah, all in the windows. Sure.
So
I'm gonna
academics
pull
again.
off some drapes.
Okay. You pull off some drapes.
Why?
I don't want to touch things with my hand.
There are gloves at the airport room.
I thought you were going to wear it as a kid.
Doesn't want to touch the gloves.
Fair!
But you're touching the drapes.
All right. So you.
I'm
all right.
going to try and gather up all this stuff so we don't destroy the universe.
All right, we'll go from left to right.
People.
All right, so you're going to the second one, which is the landscape. So you have to figure which, and there are 7 of them. So it's a little hard. Actually, no, there's 5. Then there's there's 5 of them. And one of them is the positions of the stars in the wrong position. So this one will be harder.
Yeah.
So you probably have to use aspects and some.
Welcome
shit.
to your missed puzzle.
Yeah. So then, so you're looking at that. What are you doing?
Trying to
let's see
translate
here.
the.
Vincent.
Yeah, trying to access the parallel
Alright.
dimension.
All right, give me an academics roll
All right.
or art,
Academics. So
and you
art.
can get other people to help you.
Is there any way I can help?
Actually, do you want to help since you have art?
I wandered off.
Oh.
Yeah. So we'll get to you. So yeah, just go and roll.
All right. We'll see what helps.
And you're not using your easy roller dice.
The Easy Roller Dice Company Cup?
Yeah.
That doesn't.
Use the cup. Use the cup.
Use the cup.
Here's the cup.
I don't play sports. So, 2.
2.
No, just 1.
All
Sorry.
right. You cannot figure it out just by looking at it.
Look to see if there are any accompanying books that were brought with this.
So you're going to the rare book room.
Yes. So,
Okay. All right.
With it under my arm. So.
The painting is too big to carry on your
Okay.
own. It is like
Can I carry the painting because I'm a
it
big
takes 2
guy
people.
with
It's
mic?
like 6 feet wide by 4
Okay,
feet
never
high.
mind.
Rub your face on it.
Yeah.
Something will
Lick
happen.
it.
But you are moving it.
I will help move it.
So you 2 are moving it.
I'll help move it if you want to move it.
We'll help move it because
All right. The lights flicker
Dude,
as soon as you get it off the hooks.
Put it back.
Guys, someone.
no half measures.
I'm just
But
going
do
to
it
point out that somebody's going to have to take the void power if we're going to take any powers from this. Okay.
All right. So
Tom's not here.
Great.
Take that bullet.
so all right. So you 2 are doing that. Let's see here. Sorry, Jeff. Aesthetic. You're looking at aesthetic.
Yes.
All right.
But no, but Bill, the nanotech already has a feline personality.
Yeah?
Just saying.
No, it doesn't. It only.
It's a psychic like
yeah,
it's
it
whatever you
reviewed
want.
his middle impression of cats.
Yeah.
But it would give you any identity you wanted.
What?
Don't let him do it. Yeah. Don't backseat cheat player.
You
all
just want him to get aesthetic.
right?
Yeah, you just don't want vaporwave.
Hey,
Can anyone blame me for
I hope
that?
there's a telekinetic tire in here.
I'm not that sadistic. I also want Dan to actually want to play the game.
no, no, wait. I would not do it merely for that. Like,
Yeah.
if I couldn't adequately abuse many different genres of music, I would.
Yeah, that's the
go
thing.
after
It's
this.
it's on vaporwave setting now, but you can program it to other settings. I
Right.
mean,
Yeah. No, I just want to
So you go
tire everyone out with
hardcore
music quotes.
scene. You know.
exactly. So
Grindcore.
you're looking at it.
Yeah.
What do you want to do?
Beep boop. Beep.
Oh, so you're messing around with it.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's got to be some sort of 80s synthwave setup. So,
Yeah.
you
All
know,
right. Give me. Do you have technology?
Kid skill.
yeah,
Do you have technology as a skill?
I do at +4.
Oh
Wow.
shit!
What?
All right.
You out tech me.
Yeah, I tried to make sure there were like technological add like.
Right. 6.
All right. Yeah. Yeah. No, it looks pretty straightforward.
Oh, sure. Just sawtooth wave, and we'll jack up the amplitude a little bit.
So what are you going for?
Cooperation.
Okay.
So
So it's like 80s like pop, like it's like a montage music.
Yeah.
Or a sea shit.
Yeah.
No. Yacht rock.
Yacht rock. It's definitely on yacht rock.
Some power of the human league.
All right. With a +6, everyone gets. You have a free. You get a free cooperation aspect that you can. That's for the scene. So you can give it to.
I've
anyone
heard about
else.
this before. I've heard about this painting. Finally, It's
So
just-
all of you can spend a fate point to invoke it, but Jeff,
I
you
get
can
the freebie?
You get the freebie.
All right.
so.
But the music suddenly feels a little more peppy. Everyone's a little more
Yeah.
energized.
So
Saren, I'm going to assault the painting.
Yeah.
So it's,
Well,
is it strictly a motion control, or can it do enough sound wave manipulation? Like, the only thing I want is to be able to float around DJ style.
Well, you realize, yeah, no,
Like
it's,
DJs do.
Like they do.
you probably could mod it. You do realize it does have one downside right now. It has to be plugged into an outlet. So you're going to have
The
to.
downside of your power. Meanwhile, Death God.
Oh, shitty.
Well, his power's a lot easier to buy. Yeah, like-
Yeah, you just go to O'Reilly's.
Yeah.
Put a lot of car batteries in a backpack.
and his downsides, his flaws are not going to be as devastating as Alien Death God flaws. So,
Right.
so you're looking at that, and you so you got
Yeah.
your hours. So that's taking your
Make you
time.
an
Trey, what about you?
Well, I'm getting the drapes.
Yeah, you got the drapes.
Like a mop.
Okay, you go to the
And
James.
like a really big trash bag.
Okay,
And then what do I come nearest? I guess there's sword left.
there's
and
Cleopatra's
psychic
blade.
book.
Psychic book in the rare book room.
Which is closest to the janitor's closet? I have to collect this shit.
Cleopatra's blade, I guess.
Okay.
All right.
All right. I'm going to arrange the trash bag on the ground.
Okay. It's a bag. It just kind of flops down there. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to try and catch the sword with it.
Okay.
And then I'm going to hold the drapes, and then I'm going to poke at the sword.
Wait.
With
so
the mop.
how? What are the drapes doing? If you're holding, you have to hold.
I'm not touching the mop directly.
Oh, I see.
So I got drapes.
All right. Give me a resolve check.
No magic, no magic, no magic.
Give me a resolve
Seen
check.
Traumaville movie.
Oh my god.
I have to stop this before there's more of them.
Okay. What'd you get?
I got a 6.
6, 3 plus 4, 7. Yeah, well, it's superhuman too. You are shocked as you feel there's just words reverberating in your skull that are not in English. And you
Drapes!
yeah. So you take a point of composure, composure stress. So yeah, you realize you can't. Yeah, even the drapes and the mop are not enough for the mystical blade once wielded by Cleopatra. You know, it was not enough to have drapes and a mop.
And a trash bag.
Try.
And a trash bag.
The sword
So
respects
it's-
you attempting to be cautious.
Or does it? Cleopatra is not a timid person. So yeah, you could try again next, or you can go to the book. So next up, Agato.
All right. Pushed onward by my drive to explore hidden places, I return to that space that shouldn't be.
All right, the void.
I'm
opens
driven
up.
on by a certain conditioning that still remains while I was a monster. A tick in the back of my head,
Okay.
urging me to seek it out. I approach the skeleton on the throne.
Okay. The greenish glow, the essence that sort of it kind of bleeds, and you know, it's sort of like it's both energy, a wave, and a mist at the same time. It kind of defies your perceptions. Yet, it seems more soothing the longer you look at it.
It does seem soothing, and I know in the back of my mind
There's a vitality coming from it, from the core. It's not death. Yeah.
grab it,
Yeah.
but I want to,
Yeah. All right.
and I do.
All right. You grab it.
That's how the mushroom war starts.
So everything goes black.
Of course it does.
Skulls for the skull throw.
So
Oh, that's the passage you've gone through, character Faust.
you feel there's a voice. At first, it is nonsense. It is grating on you, but then there is sort of an adjustment, and there's
Jim Varney.
no. It's not Jim Varney. It is something. Sort of inspiring to you. What does the voice sound like?
Skin melting.
It sounds like a chorus.
Okay. It sounds like a chorus of voices. That's all right. Very inspirational. And you kind of there are words, but you feel it more than you can understand them. But it's
The sound
a
of an
challenge.
echo in an empty factory.
Yeah. Oh wow. And the blackness sort of recedes, and you're like in the abandoned factory, or it looks like it. But the voices, there's a point of light in front of you, sort of greenish, and it's sort of a challenge. Like, who are you? Are you worthy? What is your purpose? So you can think about that. Well,
I will.
Yeah.
You can think about what your purpose is.
Yeah. And so Ivan and Vincent.
Can I actually pop that a fate point to use whatever aspect of? Wait a minute. I've actually heard about this thing. Some old guy who's like away for life was like going over this while trading for pudding or something.
Okay,
Using
sure.
the cooperation aspect.
Yeah.
Give me a context roll if you have that.
Yep, I do.
All right, go ahead and give me a roll.
Oh,
That's a total of 3. With
All right.
plus whatever I get from the.
You actually did hear that the Ideal did have certain. They didn't always like, kill or imprison some villains. They sometimes made deals with them to let them retire because they didn't care so much about justice as keeping the peace. And these places, the count says, they're the kind of place that you don't want to leave, because they're too nice.
But I could learn from an ascended master?
And you realize you actually can read the inscription now. It says poppy fields. And suddenly you think of, for some reason, you have read a lot in prison. And
Yeah.
there's the legend of Odysseus and the poppy eaters.
Lotus eaters.
Yeah, lotus eaters. Sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah. It's the lotus fields.
Okay.
And Bobby's just getting high.
Yeah, tomato tomato.
tulips.
So basically, yeah, that
Do what?
maybe this is that.
But what would be the advantage for me?
Well, that's something in interpretation.
Okay.
So,
You get
anyways,
it's opium.
I forget everything?
all right. So
I eat the blueberries and
back
forget
to-
everything.
Does an opium have?
I mean, that might be nice, actually.
Okay.
So you're at the 5 paintings that look identical, except for the stars are all in different. Well, they're all in different positions. But you can give me an academics check.
I'm going to tag the aspect friendly neighborhood trauma specialist.
Okay.
And
We're all waiting.
How is it going to help you with your xenoastronomy?
no, it's going to be more of the I know enough. Damn it, die.
Yeah.
I know enough about astronomy because one of the clients that I had, that's actually one of the things that we found to help them not dwell on the present is to look to the stars.
Okay.
And so we spent a lot of time talking about how to look at the stars and how the different constellations can mean different soothing things, therapeutically speaking, et cetera, et cetera.
All right.
You duly impressed, Bill?
Yeah.
All right. No, that's good. Yeah, that's perfect for fate. Yeah.
Me get the next scene over each.
So this is a what?
No.
You can use. I would allow. It's definitely academics because I don't see how you can use it.
Okay, so then with tagging the aspect, that's a 4.
4. All right. You're
Fuck it. Have the extra 2.
Oh,
You
well.
impressed me.
You feel like suddenly like, your mind is crystal clear. You just feel like everyone's rooting for you.
Especially Logos.
Yeah, especially Logos.
Are we luminous beings?
Is he helping you? Is he subtly hitting which painting you should destroy?
We are the champions.
And then you realize they all show different star positions because they're all showing different times of the year, except for one where the stars are totally out of alignment. You could try because the stars track against the sky, except for the one where they're in totally wrong position. So you're very confident that it's that one.
Shrimp.
All right. The building shutters again, and the wallpaper suddenly is it used to be this very nice, pleasant, kind of very calming pastel, so now it's like an ugly brown.
Like a 70s ugly brown?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just unpleasant. The decor is
As we
very
slowly
dissonant.
unleash
Just damp.
So we broke the second seal, and the wallpaper decor is suddenly dissonant and ugly instead of calming and nice.
That's okay, that's why we got Synth Man.
Yeah.
Beige is never common.
So back to Vincent and Ivan.
I share my information. So this is the kind of person that makes people forget the blue poppy fields. Old Greek
Or
Greek
Lotus.
stuff.
No, Lotus.
That's why we got blue.
Yeah,
Lotus.
sorry. I was thinking of Lotus.
So
Yeah,
this is probably retirement for one of those villains. So
Or multiples.
But what if you could go in and talk to them and come out?
no guarantee, and I'm not certain what. Because to be honest, I believe in the rights of humans at this point, but
I don't know, doll. There
I'm
might
not
be a
sure how I'd
reform.
react to that.
Meanwhile, Faust's character is wearing a ring cage as a hat.
I'm seriously thinking about seeing if I can get in there. What if they're actually trapped and they need to be freed?
Negative zone breakout.
Phantom Zone.
Over the Phantom Zone projector, that never backfired.
I've been inside too. Not everybody deserves to stay in there for that fucking long.
I think that sounds like he's offering a compel, Ross.
Yeah.
If he
I'm just gonna do it.
all right,
I'm gonna go in there, I guess.
You take a fate point and you just say the inscription on there.
Yeah.
And you're suddenly in a field of lotus. Lotus. Give me a resolve check.
Yeah, I took resolve.
Yeah.
Can I, cite an aspect? Crafty convict. I'm looking to work some mischief here.
Okay. Yeah. You probably want to do that. So, you just gained a fate point. So
Yes, I'm going to use it right away.
Solemnly swear I love
I spent that, so I guess I zero out, so it's +1 plus whatever I get from the aspect, so it'd be +3, I guess.
All right. You don't take any composure, and you do not fall under the effect of the lotus flowers. You don't want to stay there forever.
Oh, God.
No, instead, I want to find who's in here.
Yeah, there's a nice little village up the road.
I walk to the village.
All right. You also give me a resolve check. There's a person in the painting now.
There's an ex-con in the painting.
And the painting just falls to the ground.
Let's paint him a nice little friend over here.
Happy trees.
3.
Yeah, all right, you're fine.
You saw this episode of Doctor Who, you're fine.
I saw this episode of
Yeah, the
Night
painting,
Gallery.
you're moving the painting towards the rare book room.
Good call.
And then it just slams on the ground, and it doesn't even it's kind of like it's not even in this universe. It's just kind of you realize it's totally indestructible. But he's in there now, and he seems to be moving. The painting is moving. The more you're looking at it, the more it becomes alive. Do you keep looking at it?
I'm walking back to the dollhouse.
All right, do you just drop the painting, or do you?
At this point, I was leaning it up against the wall.
Thank you.
Okay. Are you leaning it so people can see it, or so that it's? All right. I'll give you a fate point if you do it the other way around.
I already have a fate point from you.
You're not going to need them. All right.
So
you do the right thing.
I'm going. But I'm gonna go back to the popsicle house.
Okay. Of course you are. So
Aaron was at least waiting to see if anybody else was going to take it.
Jeff.
He was being pulled.
Sorry.
Polite.
What were we doing again?
I'm just.
He's synth waving.
Oh yeah. So you're still yacht rocking.
Can you do the Lady Hawk soundtrack?
Say,
So you realize, you can. you realize if you want to take this on the road, you don't have to make. The reason why you can use it so effectively now is because it's built in. It's already wired into the building. So you can effectively use it for free while it's in the building without having to invest skill points or refresh.
Right.
If you want to,
Otherwise, it's powered by your soul.
yeah,
No, I just need to go down to a car audio shop.
yeah, that's the thing. You're gonna have to rig it up.
Wow.
So same diff.
Yeah.
Put it in a DeLorean.
So are you going to try and figure out how to leave it powered on and make it portable at the same time, or
Well,
are
he's
you
going to figure out how
just
to put it into a battery pack, equip it to a projection gun, and then he's going to buy a pair of roller skates.
Yeah.
And maybe get some killer dreads.
So he's
Either
that's
that
a
or
reference
just
where you floats it home.
gonna, pimp this Prius.
You also notice there are a lot of additional features.
So you're just turning
It's
it-
only on.
Additional features.
Yeah, well, there are
say.
other modes. It's on
turning it
the theta mode. There are other modes. There's alpha, beta, and delta. You don't have and there's no documentation as far as you can tell. You haven't searched the office, yeah.
Right. Okay. Alpha.
No, you're gonna switch it. All right.
I am not in this plane, mind you.
Yeah,
so-
that's true.
Okay.
Everyone who's in the building, give me a resolve check.
God damn it!
I'm in a happy village with lotuses.
No more yacht rock.
Yeah.
And you were in a very
Sorry,
dark place.
Trey.
God damn, everyone's
I
jealous.
still get a 4.
3.
All right. Glinda. You hear groans coming from Otis and Glinda.
Oh, so that's what was keeping them.
Well, it's there's no longer calming emotionally, canceling out all the psychic vibrations of all the other
Girl from
powerful.
Ipanema.
Yeah.
Why is it playing the
So that's the thing. Yeah, you're lowering the seals as quickly as you can.
Turning scrolls.
Yeah, all the defenses of the building you're just dismantling as fast as you can.
Wait, I thought we could turn this into our stronghold.
You could.
If it's still here when we're done.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
I told you these are psychically active artifacts that are kept calm by the emotionally dampening music. And the first thing he does is turn off the emotionally dampening music.
yeah.
So
Wait,
yeah.
Is it gonna be-
you don't know what alpha
is it
does
actually gonna
yet.
be a poppy
So,
field now?
so that's what you feel. The emotionally dampened. So it's not you're weakening the defenses of the building,
Right.
By doing this. But yeah, let's see. Next up, Trey. Are you going to try with the book?
So yes, I'll put my gloves on
Yeah,
and the drapes
yeah.
But they proved
and the
useless.
bag.
All right, give me athletics to see if you can get a book in a bag, trash bag, with a mop.
No, what's the drapes?
No, I'm going to use my hands and the drapes.
Oh, okay.
And the gloves.
but that
All
statement
right.
is still one
I
of
have
those
a
epic
different plan
things
for the mop now.
in our
Okay.
I've got to figure out how to get the sword too.
All right. All right. With all that, you don't even have to roll. You get the book, which just says "Manual for Americans."
All right, it's in a trash bag. All right, so I'm going to take all that back. I've got a different plan now. So is there like a floor mopper?
Sure.
All right, I'm going to get that out of the janitor closet.
Okay.
Take some rope,
Yeah.
tie that to the drapes, lay the drapes out underneath the sword, and I'm going to throw the mop at it until I knock it off the pegs.
All right. Give me an athletics check.
You go for that, Odysseus.
All right,
I think Sisyphus fits here.
that would be a 0.
All right. Give me a resolve check.
Damn.
does he catch the
Weird.
sword?
I'm going to tap anyone can be a hero because I'm trying to save the world from what was going to come.
Well, guess who got a power up because the emotionally dampening music is gone.
Oh, God damn it.
I helped.
So, with a +2,
Yeah.
I've got a 4.
All right. You take 3 composure.
All right, well, I'm done.
Yeah. You can take a consequence, or you can be knocked out by the psychic feedback.
What would my consequence be?
Well, you can take a mild, a moderate, or a severe. Mild will remove 2 stress.
I have +2 from having +2 resolve.
So you have 2.
I take a minor.
Okay. A minor could be bad headache. It'll end at the end of you'll get rid of the consequence at the end of the scene. You just now have an excruciating migraine. It's psychic feedback, just like
Fucking sword.
yeah. Oh, and the mop shatters.
Damn damage!
Yeah.
Wow! Holy crap!
It's a powerful magical sword, and you're weakening the defenses of it at the same time. But you had the book in a trash bag.
The manual for Americans is in the trash bag. I just
throw the book
I just
at
want to
it.
draw attention to that.
Yeah, that could go well.
Country.
Welcome to the future.
All right, Agata, what is your purpose?
Denudare. To reveal. To uncover.
God damn it.
Do you wish to walk the path? All right. Give me a resolve check.
Okay. Can I
Could you specify?
spend my fate point to get a bonus?
Prop, yeah.
Yeah,
You might want to.
I do.
All right.
Oh, cool. That is +2. And what's the fate point give me?
2.
2. So 4.
4. All right. That's only 4 composure. So does that leave you standing?
No.
Do you want to take a consequence?
Yes.
No, it's not 4 stress. Each stress, each box.
Oh
is
yeah,
four.
sorry, yeah. Yeah, each stress equals 1 thing. So like,
So your first stress box can soak 1. Your second can soak 2 for a total of 3.
yeah.
Okay.
So on and so forth.
Okay.
So it would only check off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would only check off box number 4 if
Yeah.
you had 4 boxes.
Yeah. Okay.
And you don't have to do them linear.
But if you
No,
take
you don't.
1, you have to fill up. Anytime you take stress, you have to fill up at least 1 box.
Yes.
So you can be sort of pinged.
I see it. Okay.
So if I took 5, that'd only be 3
Yeah.
bubbles.
That'd be your
No,
3.
that'd be the 3 and the 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3 and 2. Okay.
All right.
If you have both of those available.
I need to take
Or
a
a 4 and a 1,
Okay.
or your 5.
Yeah.
All right. So minor hemorrhaging. Yeah.
blood trickles out of my
Yeah.
nose and ears.
All right. So when you awaken, you're in the void, or in the room where the skeleton crumbles in front of you as you're sort of kneeling in front of the throne.
Okay.
And you cough, and you see sort of this green essence sort of just. You realize you're breathing. Well, every time you breathe, there's sort of a green glowing coming from your mouth.
That's not
Yeah.
permanent.
Well, that's it.
You made a choice.
So
You're a glow stick.
Oh God.
You can rave.
I know. We have the DJ and the Ray.
how many unspent skill points do you have?
4.
Okay. All right. So we will do a little bit of. I assume you're going to spend all of them.
Yeah.
All right. You lose 2 refresh. This new.
Can I spend more refresh?
No, you can only get
Okay.
power. One thing for this campaign is you cannot get powers over superhuman to start
Okay.
with. I don't want people just like godlike, screw everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of fun.
That's a
I
little.
turn off the sun.
I don't want that.
I have a hangover.
So I'll give you a little. Again, I'll give you a little more freedom than I would otherwise. Normally, superpower sources have fixed powers, but in terms of this, what part of the Death God essence are you most interested in? Offensive or defensive? Or...
The impossible landscapes.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to be able to traverse through spaces that do not exist.
Okay, teleportation. All right, yeah.
Yeah. Basically, just open a hallway
So
where
death
there's
can
not
find
one.
you anywhere.
Yeah. See your cloak.
You can't tell right now, but inside Ross, something is cheering and
Yeah.
setting off fireworks.
Well, like I think it fits the urban expplorer. Like,
yeah.
We're not faulting your
oh
choice.
no, yeah.
We're
yeah.
just letting you know that you gave Ross a wonderful out.
All right. Let's see here.
We died.
All right.
And that's how Faust killed us all.
Yeah, just step into my impossible hallway. It'll be fine.
Step into my impossible office.
All right. So I'll say for this session, I'll work out the
Or
exact
as I
details
call
after
it,
the
the
session.
impossible
So I don't want to get too bogged down. But right now, write down that you have move plus unusual.
Where?
Or give yourself on the second part of your character sheet unique and strange skills. Write down Path of the Death God. So that is the name of your superpower.
Okay.
It has move plus unusual.
Please don't play music by the band
Yeah.
Path of the Death God while we are in here. I don't think it would be comforting.
And then after unusual, put in parenthesis. Let's see.
It's
Teleport.
very Scandinavian.
Okay.
Do they play in field notes?
And let's see here. And then comma dodge. And tier superhuman, power tier superhuman. And we'll work out the other details later. So you unlock part of the power of the Death God.
Sweet.
So you can now dodge things by just teleporting out of the way, and you can teleport. You feel that instinctively.
Nice.
So right now it is untrained.
Teleport through where?
Well, yeah, exactly. It's at superhuman tier, but you're rolling at +0. So when you're doing opposed checks, it'll depend on the power tier what you're being attacked by. But normally you'd just be rolling with +0. And I have untrained power. You have untrained power on it, which is an aspect. So put that somewhere in your character sheet. Which means basically once per game I can invoke that for free, and then after that I can invoke it more to give you fate points to just say, no, you screw up somehow because you don't know how to use your powers.
So Bill.
But you have enough refresh to pay for it, so you don't have unbalanced power.
Yay!
Yeah, that's you've only unlocked part of a small fragment of the Death God's essence.
That's probably for the best.
Yeah.
So Bill,
For now, anyway.
again, how is the bridge of the event horizon?
Yeah. You don't want to unlock everything. So but yeah, you do get all this strange information, and you get a sense that there's a greater purpose to this, that there is a path you have to walk.
I've just taken my first step.
Yeah, there is, and there is in fact a place you need to go to at some point, or a thing you need to do. You're trying to figure out what there's some sort of like do this, but you can't. You're trying to translate an alien Death God's thoughts, so it's hard. Yeah, so you're kind of confused right now.
Can I cinematically walk out from behind something?
Yeah.
By Trey.
Yeah, sure. So there's some standard outsider art. There's a sculpture of a fire hydrant that's 3 times as large and painted purple. Again, they actually bought normal outsider art to fill up the museum. So
well,
there's a
good
bunch
for
of
them.
Yeah,
You gotta keep up the legend.
you got to keep up the legend exactly. So yeah, you just teleport behind it.
Yeah.
I have a broom now,
Oh, you've got a bird.
aiming it
Yeah.
like a javelin.
Can we have chariots of fire playing while he's doing that?
Slow mo.
Oh yeah, you do have one minor snag.
Oh, of course.
Which actually no, it's a minor complication, and that is you breathe glowing green essence. Like anytime you open your mouth, you can see it. Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. Nice. Where do I write that down?
that's in your power. Minor complication. Green breath.
Buy
Green breath.
Buy
Yeah.
surgical masks.
This lowers the skill point cost. The more flaws you have in the power, the
glow.
cheaper it is. Glowing breath. Yeah, green breath. Yeah.
I breathe the glow.
Okay. Yeah. I just stand there. I'm shocked. I stand there behind him, coughing green.
All day.
Blood is just covering
Oh
my
yeah,
ears and nose.
Yeah.
Do I get a fate point if I freak out?
Oh yeah.
I will stumble towards the sword while holding the book.
You're
So I got the book in the trash bag, and I will freak out and fall towards the swords at the same time.
all right.
I will be the American Pharaoh.
I love it. So you're gonna get 2 powers: Cleopatra's sword and the manual for Americans.
It's a power game, kid.
No, I think that's the best way to cancel out the influence of it too, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, I can't both sacrifice people to set
Yeah.
and have them, have a wife and 2 kids and a picket fence.
Well, no, I was thinking more of the hyper-masculine versus the super
Yeah,
feminine.
it's gonna even out. It'll be fine.
All right.
Also, it's like alchemy. He's the mystical hermaphrodite.
Yeah.
All right. So again, we'll work out the details of your powers in a little bit, but just right now.
Later.
Yeah. Yeah, and again, I'm being more freeform.
Suddenly, there's just a gigantic record scratch.
Yeah, you see that. Yeah, you stumble there. The book falls out of the trash bag. You can see the spores in the air from the book as the page room flat. Even in the trash bag, it was opened up.
Oh,
so,
okay. Yeah.
and the sword falls on it hits him like a hip hits him on the head, and he's just like there's just visible glowing energy as he's breathing and just freaking out. He's flopping around like he's drowning. What are you doing?
Are you okay? Green breath.
It's just like cola.
So yeah, we'll get back to you in a second.
I get a fate point for that.
Oh, you do get a big. There's you just having this hallucination of American, all American drill instructor yelling at you in ancient Egyptian. There's
the Eye of Horus.
There's like do you see a pyramid before you paint it in camouflage
Horus is
green?
just a bald eagle.
Yeah. Yeah, Horus is a bald eagle.
See Osiris.
Having a bad trip.
Osiris dressed up like the Statue of Liberty.
Also, Steve Martin.
Yeah.
Yes.
Actually, that reference is lost on him. So.
No.
Yeah. He's too young for that.
It just makes it all the more terrifying.
The building itself is, just actively
He
trembling
also
at this
voiced
point.
one of the.
Oh, I know.
He voiced one of the.
So meanwhile, Ivan,
Prince of Egypt.
you walk up the road. There's a little cafe there, and there's a couple of older-looking people, men and women. There's 4 women, 3 men. They're just having a little meal, and they look at you. And
I like the number 7.
their eyes kind of glaze over for a moment, and
Just saying.
it's like you've slapped them all almost simultaneously, and they like, woo! What the? They broke the deal. Who the fuck are you?
What deal?
Oh God! It was. What year is it? No, I don't want to know. What do you want? What do you want, kid?
Listen, right now there's a lot of weird shit going on outside, and I came in here to see if maybe you guys want help.
What out? One of the women's like, oh my God! I've been here. How long have I been in here?
I don't know, but the ideal's gone.
You hear that? We can score big. I'm out of that game. Bupkis, I ain't for doing this. It's for cocktail.
So who are you? Back in the day.
I was a villain. I robbed all the banks and all the joints. It was
Didn't
great.
afraid of anything.
He was a golden age villain. What was his name?
Golden Age villains.
Yes.
Okay, Golden Age or we're talking like
Just name them the
Golden or
Pre-tights?
silver age.
Pre-tights?
Huh?
Let's go pre-tights. See, he was like one of the domino mask and suit types.
Sure, he's a
I'm all for
mystery
that.
man.
Let's go with the. I don't want to go with anything too up. You have to go with like a color and some kind of
Double
something
entendre.
dangerous.
Not the double entendre.
Red Danger.
Yeah, there we go. The
Soviet.
The Red Peril. The Red Peril.
The Red Peril. That's good.
I was a
The Crimson Peril.
It was a Crimson Peril, yeah. That was the Silver Centurion over there. He was a noted assassin. Killed a lot of people.
robots.
Yeah, murdered a lot of people. He killed the hero that originally had the name, and used it as cover. Yeah. And then we had the Jade Tiger, notorious cat burglar. Yeah, so there's 7 of them in total. They were all. You can give me context or presence to sort of talk to them.
Contact is I can do contact, and that's pretty much all I got.
Or empathy. I don't know. What's good?
I have mainly contacts with this. Honestly,
right, context.
It's going to have to be that. I'm just going to chat with them and see if they can pass anything on to me. Wisdom, power,
Sure.
anything, and offer to get them out if they want it. If they don't want it, I'm cool with that. I'll protect them. Sorry. That is a 3.
Okay. A 3. Here's what you realize.
Okay.
1, if you're a total ruthless asshole, you can just leave and sell the painting to some ruthless base raiders because these people are villains who worked for a long time and made deals with the ideal. They know all kinds of dirt. Maybe that you could interrogate out of them or that you could psychically rip out of their brains if you're a ruthless base raider. So they probably know where bases are. They probably know where scores of old loot are. They probably know all kinds of secrets about the ideal you could use to find more bases. Lots of really valuable information. Or you could convince them to hey, the ideal's gone. We can make a fortune. Why live in this, purgatory that's a nice pastoral, quiet, thing forever? Or when you could live big, and you can essentially have a unique power where you become the gang leader for the geriatric Ocean's 11, the Ocean 7. So you get minions, essentially.
Oh my God.
I'm seriously debating that.
You get the Payday Gang.
Do it.
I get the
you
old
have to
potato.
name
The
them
geriatric-
something.
But they still have power, I imagine.
No, they all use gadgets or that kind of thing.
Or is there option 3?
But you could give them superpowers.
Could they give me gadgets or training?
They could tell you where that's up.
Oh my gosh, they could be the AARP.
Okay, so here's what
RP coming, yo! Hide your shit!
Yeah, they could give you a lead on a basis, like if you
American
promise to leave
Association
them
of
alone.
Retired Purloiners.
if you want to,
There are
I'm going to start offer. Okay, if you want to stay retired,
Also-
I respect that.
No.
I will leave.
That's
you
like you
alone.
realize you could lead them either way.
Perpetrator typically means
They've been in here for in sort of in like an eternal stasis. So like it's basically it's their version of heaven essentially. They live a sweet life, but like again nothing happens and they don't realize time is passing. So it's very easy to manipulate them right now because they're kind of off their game. They're kind of like, ugh. But once they get back in the real world, they're going to sharpen up considerably.
Is this a Talking Head song? Anyhow, sorry. Okay,
So you think about what you
Yeah,
want.
I'll be thinking about it.
Yeah. Because you could do either of those things that I want, or that you.
You do either of those
comes
things I
out.
want.
Yeah, no. You could do any of those three things I mentioned, or do something else.
Okay.
But you don't have to. You can choose what you want to do. You don't have to roll for it.
Right. Okay.
So back to Saul. So the last seal, there's two Doombot sculptures. You just have to rip off the weapon that was never used on one. Again, the thing that is wrong, and you realize the building itself is struggling. Logos is like, you realize this is also part of his own thing. He did have sort of.
Our checkup's gonna be fun in an hour when we go back to the clinic. It went great. Floating death gods.
So, in fact, you rolled really well in your empathy check. If you spend a fate point, you can evoke that aspect again and realize something else about him.
Oh yeah, Toad's doing that.
All right, you just spend a fate point. You realize, yeah, that's the thing. Even a powerful sorcerer like Cerulean, again, is that monkey's paw thing. He basically gave you all this information while he must have realized you guys would have, immediately messed with everything, which is what he wanted because he wanted out. So this is all we're kind of falling into his plan of him getting free by you guys, but he's giving you the keys of the kingdom because you look totally trustworthy. He should have used his discretion to not give you all this access and information, but he chose to do it because it was within his purview to interpret it that way. So he will. This is sort of maybe how he would act with you. He will interpret things in a way that benefits him. Not that he's evil per se, he's just like, has been bored and you can sense of his personality.
So essentially, until I pay off the skill of learning how to manipulate him, he's going to misinterpret things really hard.
Oh yeah, and even when you do that, I might give you fate points. Every superpower has to have at least one flaw of some sort.
Oh yeah, I completely understand that. And you know what? Dealing with you being a manipulative bastard is probably one of the more fun flaws that I could get.
Right, fair enough. So you're looking at the two. You also realize you could either just spend another fate point to study him to figure out which one he's subtly hinting at you should remove, or you can make a skill roll and hope win big.
What skill roll would probably be involved?
Oh, definitely academics again. It's studying or technology if you have it.
Don't have tech.
Because that would be, robots. Or you could have a chip. Like the guy who has lots of technology. Jeff has lots of technology.
First off,
Got a 3. Yeah.
Logos, I understand that this is probably exactly what you wanted all along.
I have no free will.
Yeah, sure, whatever.
But I mustn't be compelled. Yes, this does please me. I must admit.
Okay, so...
I really do must admit that, since you brought it up.
So... Removing any accounting for what pleases you versus what not pleases you, would it be wise to wait until my compatriots are finished, or should I go ahead and break the last seal now?
What are your compatriots doing?
Well, I'm assuming, considering that the other things that are going on, they're disrupting your delicate balance.
They're not my delicate balance. Remember, I'm just part of this.
Or rather, the delicate balance that you participate in.
Yes, I am bound to participate in. Yes, they are certainly altering it. But the base itself, they will not, even unless they remove everything from this facility, it will remain intact. And certainly, unless someone brings
4, 5, 6, 7.
There we go!
If they remove everything, all the wards will be good because there's nothing left to guard. But certainly would still be a building that no one really pays attention to.
We started.
Yeah. So
I
I love the American Pharaoh character concept.
favorite so far.
I would have watched that horrible syndicated cartoon in the mid-90s.
So, I mean, it's up to you. I wouldn't worry about them.
They're fine.
They're fine.
You know what? The only person that hasn't gotten his powers yet is Aaron, and so if this complicates Aaron's scene, that's fine.
All right.
You're a monster.
Well, okay, so since I have to tag a fate point either to even have a chance at the academics roll, because I'm guessing this is the hardest.
Yeah.
Then I may as well just spend my 4th fate
Or
point.
ask a friend. Yeah.
Well, he already. Oh, actually, it's like
You could have someone else do the skill
You
check for
never
you.
tagged the cooperation.
No, he did. Yeah, he did.
I did.
Oh yeah, he gave me the freebie. Yeah, I'll tag the
he tagged his
cooperation.
own thing.
Well, now the aspect is gone because you.
Yeah, you changed it to alpha.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
don't know what Alpha does yet. So
All right, I need somebody that knows more about Doombots.
yeah, someone with technology.
Hey,
He has technology at +4. That's what I'm saying. is
Right.
He has technology at +4. So you could go over to him and ask him what.
I need your input on a Doombot.
Busy.
All right, can you give me a brief primer as to how to tell the maintenance rate of a Doombot's Doom Gun?
Beta.
Give me a technology skill check.
Beta's
You didn't
definitely
figure
it.
out what Alpha does, by the way. You just like
I like your foreign technology's like.
Oh.
4.
4. Okay. It does start floating, and so do you.
That's all I wanted.
Yeah.
I don't need any other powers.
Pretty much.
And you rolled 4, so it doesn't unplug itself. But-
And it's playing Lionel Richie right now.
Dancing on the ceiling.
no, it's just some sort of. It's gonna be like a Yanni floaty kind of flute thing. So
Luftballons.
yeah, something like that. So yeah, you two are talking to each other. Back to Vincent. You go to the popsicle house.
Yes, I project myself back in
All
there.
right, what does it look like to you? You're the only one in there.
For this, actually,
I mean, at first it's Edna Tomlinsonberg, but you realize she asks, "Oh, would you like a different appearance? Different user, since you're. Would you like the
Lawyer
strippers?"
office.
yes. Well, no, the strippers will. No,
Suddenly,
because just as a quick question before it seems that how many nano bots are there?
10 to the 28th power. I don't know. It's a big number.
It's a couple.
I don't know if there's that many. I'm not going to calculate.
A metric ass ton.
Yeah.
And each of them, that's like each of you has a different ability that can be granted.
Well, no, in swarms. Like, one module is mini nanobots. If you're asking for individual nanobots, remember, they're the size. They're very, very small.
True, but
Do you know nano means
yes,
small?
I'm aware, but for
all of them.
I was meaning upon that.
their power be in me.
So it's like but multiples could exist within one person.
Multiple
too.
modules can be installed in the same user, yes.
How many modules can be installed total to a human?
It depends on the user. You?
Yes.
It depends on your threshold for safety rating and continuity of experience.
Oh,
How on a scale from 1 to 10, how attached are you to your experience as a human?
1 being
1 being I do not care at all, and 10 being I must remain human in all in sensory input and also social appearances.
So.
Do you want in common terms? Do you want to have something discrete so you could still pass as human? Or do you wish to be fully transformed as can be done and still maintain your continuity of experience? There are certain levels of threshold where you simply would lose all sense of self.
You're not using that.
You were already a lawyer.
we lost his firm.
Whoa!
Oh.
Huge silent lawyers.
No, but this is something that I wanted to be able to do from helping, and a sense of humanity is still required, but I want to be
Perhaps.
but I would want to be able to have as many choices as necessary, since I feel that segmenting myself would want. But
out of game characters, how much refresh do you want to give up? You can give up to 5.
5.
You need to have at least refresh 1.
Yeah.
If you go to refresh your, then you there goes your sense of self.
Yeah.
Welcome to NPC.
We're going to 5.
Oh, radical biological invasive procedures.
So
Superman 3.
So at this point, that's like
What kind of, in terms of role, would you see yourself as frontline combatant, electronic specialist, stealth unit? So yeah, it's asking you what kind of powers do you want.
okay.
So you think about that.
So, yeah.
So Jeff and
All right, I'll pay attention to his question now.
all right, go and give me a technology roll. You go over.
Because I'm flying.
Yeah. Actually, you stop floating as soon as you leave the office.
Who said anything about leaving?
Oh, okay. You tell. Oh, okay. You tell them about Doombots.
Right, so you're looking for a Lotus O deltoid style winding on the retro encabulator. I got a 5.
All right. Yeah. You have a very good idea of what.
Okay, yeah. So I'll go back and do the thing.
All right.
Oh, and don't forget to look at the girdle spring on the dingle arm.
Okay. Do you have alertness?
I have investigation.
Investigate. Give me investigation. Because he told you what to look for, but now you have to find it.
0.
You have any fate points you'd like to spend?
You know what? I'll just go ahead and tag the one on Logos.
Okay. You're trying to reach for one. Logos' eyes like slightly widen a little bit. Like, oh wait, and then going, yeah, okay, yeah, not the one that will trigger the defenses. Yeah. All right, so you pull it, rip it off. The building shutters. It kind of implodes a little bit and then goes back to normal. All the walls seem to bend in, like it's hit the center of a black
Is
hole.
that me?
Yeah.
Good.
And yeah, everything feels a lot more normal. You know, it just feels like a place, like any other place. It's not a weird out of world.
All right,
pocket.
so
Yeah.
let's get in with this pack binding thing.
All right, so let's talk a deal. All right.
The art of the deal.
Yeah. So back to American Pharaoh. So how is Trey react? Is he just spazzing out, has no control over what's happening, or is he
Book in one
trying
hand,
to?
or-
Is he trying to fight both equally, or is he trying to oh my god, it's time! I can be a hero.
I don't know that Trey really knows what's going on.
All right, so he's still.
I'm trying to build powers for both out of trappings.
Yeah.
So, can you come back to me once I have an idea of what he can do?
You can talk to me in general, broad terms. Obviously, you have at least 2 powers, and you can break the powers into multiple things.
Well, I imagine the sword is pretty useful.
Yeah, fighting.
So sorting.
sword.
Yeah.
It is a super soldier
Yeah.
psychic fungus Necronomicon. So I imagine it gives him
Super strength.
powers. Yeah, super
resist
strength, jumping
damage,
around, stuff like that. Also, it's probably got some flaws to bring it down. So,
Yeah.
insane 1950 CIA indoctrination, MK Ultra.
Yeah.
And also probably being possessed by Cleopatra would be another flaw.
Yeah.
But I also imagine Cleopatra has some sort of social powers
Yeah.
of guile and stuff.
Yeah.
I'll probably also say that maybe like the hyper 50s nationalist imperialistic expansion of America complements Cleopatra's personality very well.
But what would it do to his appearance?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, you're okay.
So I'm working. I got a lot to work with. Here.
Yeah. All right.
So Trey's incapacitated for the moment.
I want
He's
to
still
know
spazzing out.
what's the headdress that Egyptian pharaohs
I
wear?
forget
What's
they
it
call it,
called?
but yeah, it's just called headdress.
But I just want it to be in red, white, and blue
Oh no, it
stripes.
will definitely
Holy shit.
be. It definitely will be.
I'm really going into greatest American hero territory.
I've got a book in one
Accurate.
hand and a fucking Egyptian sword.
Well,
Yeah.
next to RPPR Illustrated right there.
Holy shit.
The rise of the American pharaoh.
Yeah, like we could just do a spin-off campaign, Apocalypse World, when the American Pharaoh was, no one knows how he came to be. Yeah.
The American Barbarian comic.
Oh,
That webcomic. Yeah.
oh my god, yeah, that's
Yes.
right, yeah. Holy shit. I'll have to look that up again. I'll show you guys the link after the game. So yeah, that's the thing that's happening. So he's still just crackling with energy.
freaking out.
You hear is that revelry or is that the Star Spangled being played by like Egyptian.
Is that coming out of his ears?
Yeah,
Weird flutes.
weird flutes.
I try and blow away some of the psychic dust, but then realize that the green
Oh, you can't even get closer.
probably isn't helping.
There's
yet.
just like an energy field, like multiple feet diameter.
Holy shit, Can you hear me? Oh, say Ken.
Osiris. Yeah. All right. So what? Are you just watching it, Agata?
I'm going to very slowly back away from Trey and attempt to find someone else who might be able to help.
Okay.
Logos!
Yeah.
Logos!
Very close by, you see Logos talking to Saul.
Okay.
So you can get into that scene in a little bit. Ivan.
Okay. Does time work the same in this place?
It's right now. It's progressing 1-to-1 because you haven't.
Okay.
Once you accept the Lotus things, then you're frozen time.
Can I? So time's not going to bend back and accelerate time inside.
It's either like it's 1-to-1 normal time or one.
Okay.
It's eternity. You don't realize how much time has passed.
Because out of character,
It's very slow.
I want their kung fu, their gadgets, and their suit makers.
So you want a lead on a base?
I guess if there's like a undefended, like their secret stash of gadgets, like multiple gadgets from different ones, so we can always say it's
They'll give you if you want to get information from them without like they'll give you one lead.
Okay.
Without you, unless you put the screws to them. Somehow.
Essentially, what I'm trying, I can do that.
You're going to need powers to do that.
Okay, so intimidate's not going to do.
Like you can't physically intimidate them here.
Okay.
You have to use powers, or you have to pull them out.
My offer is
there's 7 of them, and they're
my offer is instead of them becoming my minions, they induct me into whatever little secret club they have, but I work independently of them. They get to go off and do whatever the fuck they want.
Bank Robbers Rotary Club.
Well, if you have them as a skill, like the minion skill is basically you call them up, they show up and help
Instead
you.
of them being a skill, I want to become like them. I want to learn their ways.
Okay.
I want to become domino mask wearing, suit wearing, kung fu gadget guy.
Okay. In that case, they can give you a lead.
Green Hornet.
So basically, you want Ross to be able to promote that last PDF.
Master Chaos, yeah.
There we go.
Or Vintage Villainy. So what they say was, look, kid, all right, if you want to get in the life, no one can stop you. There's a place outside of Chicago. You go there. There's a couple of they should still be there. I don't doubt anybody's found it.
Thief life. Jewel thief life.
There's a brass door with. And he describes a particular alley. Actually, it's in Chicago. That no one will. That everyone kind of ignores, and you just knock on it, get 3 shave and a haircut, and then say "Red Peril sent me," and they'll let you in. Now, there's probably something loose in there. I don't know if it's dead or not. It's probably been in there for decades. Maybe it's alive. It's kind of a spider.
Is it a punchy thing or a shooty thing?
Well, when I saw it, it was a giant spider.
Okay.
I think it's an alien, though. I don't know. It hatched from an egg we got from the moon.
Does it talk?
You know how it goes.
Yeah. Those cat women on the moon, they were crazy.
Base Raiders.
Yeah. So I don't know if it's dead or not, but it's we kept it in a cage, but it's pretty crafty. It probably got out.
Ross, was it a spider or was it a lamprey?
It might be a lamprey.
Spider lamprey.
It might change shapes. I don't know aliens.
Listen, do you want me to let you guys out, or do you want me to keep this thing safe for you guys?
Look, if you want to sell us out, if you want to start a gang, I'm in for a score. If you want to.
I'm already in thick with a bunch of other people.
Yeah. Again, do you want it a skill or not? If you want them to be mentors, they can do that, but they'll stay in the painting.
Basically, mentors that I can refer to later and get.
Yeah, you can. It's a superpower source you can use to get multiple powers from.
Essentially, it's only in that specific range.
Yeah. So if you want to do that first, you have to go to the base to prove that you're worth teaching. Right. Then you can invest skill points. So they just give you a lead.
Okay, so I'll start with that.
So you have So you get a lead, so you have to go there. But
and fight lamprey spider or something.
Yeah.
With my bare fists. I don't know.
But if you want to call them up, that's the thing. Hey, I'll start a gang. I'm leaving control. You follow me. We'll be rich. Screw this happy pastoral whatever universe. Let's drink champagne and get the fancy hotel rooms in Paris.
If they're happy, I respect that. I'll keep them safe. But I do want to.
That's the thing. They're crooks at heart. You can. you can always tempt them. Like you
So
can
like
always
later,
come on.
it might be a power later on.
Yeah,
but
they're-
right
they're-
now, I just want to get.
They're addicted to the life. Like they're the only reason that they're being good now is because they're magically compelled not
Right.
to do. But if you can always tempt them, they will.
So how's this? Eventually, as we power up, that might become a thing later.
Yeah.
For right now, I just want to mimic them.
Sure.
Essentially, or jack
Alright,
their
so
shit.
you get a lead.
Okay, so I've got that. I hop out, grab the painting.
Yeah.
It is mine now.
All right, so let's see. You guys are talking to each other. Logos is there. All right, so if you want Logos, yeah. So he gives you his true name, and he sends. Look, if you want me to serve the rest of your life, that's a very powerful binding, and I'm happy to do it because again, humans live less long than buildings usually, especially heavily warded buildings. So I'm still getting out early. But if you want, you could just have a minor binding for a year or 10 years, or so basically, the longer the binding, the more power you'll be able to access from. Because the deeper your connection will go to him.
You know what? There's that part of me, and I think this is going to be my darkest moment, as I realize what I'm doing.
Just got real.
Shit just got real.
But, I've talked about how the ideal.
Of course, you could, and then you could also. Oh, and if you want to, we could even increase your power even further by linking our souls together. But the downside is that there will be no afterlife for you. I will just absorb you when your body expires.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
The old Stormbringer.
But we could remain them separate, and you
What
gain.
even is a soul?
Yeah.
Even if you've got
there be a
one,
way
what
to-
are you using it for?
There's no way to tell. Would he still be bound to be truthful?
Oh no, he's not bound. He could. You realize he's only bound to give you his true name because you did that, and so now you're specifying the exact details of that. So if you want him to always tell the truth, that has to be specified in that.
And we established earlier that the contract could always be renegotiated.
Yeah. So basically, in out-of-game characters, how much refresh are you going to give up?
If I give up more refresh,
If you give him more than 2, you're linking part of your soul to him.
So at least lifetime. If I do more than 2,
Yeah.
if I go all 5, then it's probably.
Yeah, you're getting multiple powers from him. The base thing would be superhuman tier, which is 2 refresh, and skill points you get variable times scene to a certain degree, and he will do a thing for you every scene. If you do that, then you get some of his power automatically, like knowing all languages, or flying, or going incorporeal, or changing your shape, or changing your appearance, or something like that. That would be getting him to do something for you, and you can just do one of his things automatically.
And that's part of the variable.
So you're
power.
getting multiple powers from him.
But I don't have access to all of them all the time.
Well, it depends on how you want to build the power.
Okay.
So you can have him do a thing and you do something else at the same time. So yeah. Now we're at the point where I said you have to. I'm making these powers open ended to a certain degree, so you get to determine what they are. So
Well, I'm at least going to do the lifetime binding, and
Okay.
I am tempted by the idea of forever binding, but I'm not going to say that out loud yet.
Okay, yeah, you can renegotiate later, but he may not be as willing, especially if you're in a desperate position, bleeding out. Like, give me more power. It's like, I'll just let you bleed out. I don't have to do that. So we'll see how this goes. Because his ultimate goal is to be free.
Right.
So, but if you do it when you're very strong and he's very weak or something like that, you're like, oh, fine,
Right.
So yeah, it's going to be a contentious relationship. So the base thing is
How much do you get for a refresh?
refresh is equal to 1. Well, okay, 1 refresh is equal to, it raises the power tier of the skill. So like 1 refresh is extraordinary, 2 is superhuman, and then ascendant is 4 and godlike is 6, but you can't get ascendant or godlike yet.
Okay.
You have to get that during the game.
Okay, cool.
So the highest we can go is -3.
-2, but you can. But the thing is, that's per power. There's an advantage. It costs fewer skill points if you break it up into multiple powers.
Okay.
So you can learn. You get trained more easily by giving up more refresh. So there are trade-offs in there, and it actually is kind of
Yeah, I'm going to go in pretty deep. But
okay. So you'd be getting multiple powers. The base default power again is variable scene.
Right.
he does a thing for you every scene.
Yeah, I'll do the lifetime binding, and I'll go deep into 4 or 5 territory. But doing that now, does that, since I've spent so much fate points, what does that mean?
Well, yeah, it won't affect you. It won't affect
because
you.
we're going to end the scene and we'll refresh anyway.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, this is we're towards the end of the game session, so everyone's design. Yeah, we'll do the exact mechanics of the power later on. Okay. But yeah, so you're thinking
I'll
about
go 4. I'll go 4.
Okay.
Deep.
So you could you have the super. So your one power is Logos the Spirit, superhuman tier, variable times scene. Variable scene. You could either be variable scene times 2 or times 4, or 2 to 4, like 2, 3, or 4. That would. And I'll explain the mechanics of that later.
Well, yeah, we'll get to that. So Logos the Spirit. What's his true name?
It's unpronounceable. It's like a combination of sounds and light, and you can say it, but it's in magic language, so it can't be pronounced. So you can give it. He is a spirit, essentially. He is a cosmic spirit, a spirit of magic, essentially. So he's kind
His
of
true
like
name is the scent of Mountain Dew and
Yeah.
sound of air winds.
yes, he is Dorito Gremlin. He is the Dorito Gremlin.
Yes.
He lives on pure gamer fuel.
So Drius the Spirit, variable times scene.
Yeah, and you can specify from 2 to 4. And that basically every variable scene gives you 1 trapping. So you could have strike, that's 1 trapping, or you could have strike plus or shoot plus unusual to have like fire bolts or something like that.
Complication major. Political deadlock.
Yeah.
In my brain.
Yeah. So I'll give you the details of that later. So your other 2 points, you can either have 2 extraordinary powers or another superhuman power.
So
And that, like, each power can do 1 thing or 2 things.
okay, so I'll
Yeah.
I
And
won't-
any kind of spirity thing. So, like flying, turning intangible, knowing all languages or knowing things automatically, or anything magical, he can grant his power to you, essentially. And you essentially copy his power. So you have your own version of it, and he has his.
okay.
So,
I won't. I'm
Yeah.
not sure what I want.
Yeah.
I think I'll just do as 2 extraordinaries just for more versatility.
Yeah. So you're down to 2 refresh. And we'll work out the details of that later. So back to Vincent. So, yeah.
Yeah,
What kind of roll do you want? Says the psychic nanotech.
Would a convince power that only works on men
Yeah.
be a major or a minor flaw?
That's a good one. That I would. If it only worked on human men, it would be major.
And
Okay.
cats.
I'll do only human men.
Yeah, because then aliens obviously wouldn't work. Or
So now you
non-humans.
can seduce men.
Yeah.
Or he can stir national pride within.
I did think about like for certain characters, they just grab the sword. It does like the Rama 1.5 thing, where like you just become a woman where you're
I
wearing.
saw that coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that could be another
was thinking
for our
that, so-
chance.
But Uncle Sam's not a woman.
Oh yeah, exactly. American
Women
Pharaoh.
weren't allowed in the CIA
If
in
you're not-
1950.
But you're not
it
Colombian.
just becomes sexy and Samantha.
Anyways, the helpful psychic nanotech is there. What form did you have it take, by the way?
Huh?
What does it look like to you?
Oh, it actually looks like the legislator.
The legislator, another
Yeah.
superhero.
No, for the for congressional legislator.
Okay, looks like an old white dude. All right.
Well, no, it's just basically the Capitol building with
Okay.
modern times.
It's a
so-
con-
No, what? Yeah, the psychic nanotech actually looks like people. So what
Yeah.
do they look? They look like Congress critters.
Yeah, congressional affairs.
Okay.
No, yeah,
All
they
right.
basically look like the modern day Congress. So,
Okay, bunch of old white dudes.
So.
Yeah.
And a few women and a couple minorities
Really
just for
sorry.
funsies.
I mean, this. Well, it hasn't had access to the internet for decades.
Okay,
Oh, okay.
okay, I'll get
no.
that. They actually say I want to be able to
Oh,
defend.
but no, then it pulls the information from your brain, so then it updates.
Okay.
You actually see it like, oh,
Is there a progress bar?
Yeah.
yeah.
I would like to be able to defend those who cannot defend themselves.
In combat,
So
how do you define defend? In what sense?
Aaron,
Or
I
would-
grabbed the variable powers.
Would you like the mind control package?
so
Would you like the social engineering package?
describe that.
Pheromone control, low level telepathy. It starts reading off effects. Yeah.
In a strictly metagame sense,
Yes,
I think
I
I've
know.
got that covered. But if you want to, knock yourself out.
Oh, so I think is I know we don't really have a huge bruiser at this point, so I
American Pharaoh.
American Pharaoh, and I start off. My highest skill to start off with was unarmed.
Yeah.
And I'm going for Kung Fu Bruiser guy with the gadgets.
Oh yeah, no,
You can
Vintage
bruise too.
Villain.
That's still
And we've got an
No, it's
infiltration
okay.
specialist
Yeah.
ish.
They're hidden.
We don't
You
have.
do whatever you want.
We
I'll
don't-
fit the campaign to fit you whatever powers you want.
We don't have
multiple
energy.
bruisers,
We don't have
totally
energy
do that. I'm
projection
down.
and manipulation.
Oh yes, defense through superior firepower.
Yes.
Of course. We have.
Yeah, we don't have a Rangy McRangerson.
Sure.
Balance that party, goddammit.
All right, same question. How much refresh do you want to give up?
Oh, 5. We're going.
Okay, yeah. Consequences will include inhuman appearance and certain dietary requirements. Due to the psychic nanotech, you will require. Well, how do you want to take it? Yeah, we could have additional caloric intake, or would you Would you prefer to get an inhuman power source, such as being able to plug into a battery, solar power, solar power?
So power.
So you need fuel.
Yeah, no. Let's go with inhuman one with.
If you can gain, do you have access to radioactive materials?
No, but I'm going to need. It's like hydrogen.
Hydrogen?
Yes, plentiful and it's.
Hydrogen fuel cells?
And
Okay.
volatile.
Volatile,
Yes.
that is not recommended for frontline combat.
So,
Are you
no.
welding or are you fighting other superhuman fighters?
later. So, no, we can actually. What?
Caloric is recommended.
Okay, caloric. So
You will require additional 20 to 50,000 calories per day.
that's flash numbers. So
Build more farms to continue.
All right, so you get multiple powers.
Hit the trap through.
Do you want pure offense or would you like a mix?
Mix.
Offensive? Okay.
mix.
So
All right.
So yeah, nanotech blasters, nanotech, I guess energy shield, force shield. Those would be 2. It's superhuman. You could have 1 minor power at that. Senses or flight. What would you like?
Dude's
Like
going full Zarya over here.
Yeah. Or would you like regenerative capabilities?
Flight.
Flight. All right. So you have minor. Okay. So nanotech flight. So nanotech blasters, nanotech force shield are at superhuman tier. Nanotech flight is at extraordinary tier, and we'll work out the point cost for that. Obviously, all of them are untrained. Yeah. So for you realize you can unlock more of the Death God by following the path, whatever that is.
I have an idea.
What do you think it is? What do you think? Do you have to go to a place, or do you have to find a thing or a
I
person?
think that it's those spaces between spaces. If I walk through them enough times, that's the path.
Okay.
Achievement.
I just need to walk
All
and
right.
keep walking.
All right. So it will just happen.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So that won't unlock it. I'll just.
Let me know.
Yeah. Yeah. If you want to remind me, that'll definitely be a compel.
Okay.
And you will get a revelation, and that will be you
Should I
for
write that
this.
down as aspect?
Yeah, aspect. Yeah, all of you have aspect, untrained power, because none of you know how this shit works very well.
That's major, right?
Yeah, that's a major aspect. You can once you fully pay off the skill point for cost for each of those powers, you remove that. Technically, those of you with more than one
So
power.
is that the crossover adventure?
The crossover adventure would be the museum tour, something relating to the Visionary Art Center.
Well, no, it's like, but the 5 aspects are all from.
Not unless you take flaws.
Yeah. You gain aspects just for having untrained powers.
Yeah.
It's not related to crossover. Crossover.
Okay, so the 5 aspects are not related to the 5 questions.
So my conviction,
Well,
in both of my 3 aspects are now taken up by flaws
Yeah.
because I need them.
Yeah. You need more.
have many
You need.
powers.
Yeah. You need. Yeah. How many refresh are you going to use for American Pharaoh?
Well, okay. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
So I've thought of 4 powers.
Yeah.
I probably don't have enough for all.
You could get. They could all be extraordinary tier. 1 each.
So I've got a total of 18
Yeah. Skill points.
skill points that it costs.
Yeah.
With all the flaws. Because I took my conviction is now lead the people to greatness. My aspect is political deadlock in my brain and untrained power.
Okay.
So those are.
So is that one 18-point power, or did you?
No.
Okay.
So it's split up
into 4 abilities.
into 4 abilities. So there's by the book American, which is 8 points. So that's
Nice.
dodge, move, leap,
Okay.
physical force, and increased stress capacity.
Health.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then there's Soul Kopesh, which is parry, strike, and dexterity.
Okay.
Then there's
Dexterity you could probably drop because that's used for like sleight of hand, picking pockets and.
Oh,
that
it
kind
is?
of-
Okay.
Yeah,
So that would be down to.
yeah. So you get a couple more skill points.
That'd
from
be
that.
down to 2 then.
Yeah. Well, you always need a flaw for each one. You need at least a minor or a thing. And I'll go over your skill points in a second, or after the recording, make sure the math is right. But what was the next one? Soul Kopesh. And
That
then,
brings me down to 15 without
Yeah.
dexterity. So that's just badass sword.
yeah.
Then former godhead. So I took languages, minions, and transport
Okay.
because I would like to summon mummies
Yeah.
and be able to speak all of the world's languages. And ride mummies,
Mummies in
which is what
suits.
transport's for. Yeah.
Well, you need the there are extras that will give you additional effects. So if you want the mummies to just magically appear, you need to spend 1 point for unusual, like minions plus unusual to make them just magically teleport. Otherwise, the mummies will just rise up out of whatever museum they're in and.
Okay, I will do magical teleporting mummies.
So
So that'd be up to 6.
that's just 1 extra point, and then same thing with transport. If you want the transport to magically appear.
Oh, no, I just want to be able to ride stuff.
All right. So okay. So the transport is just literally the mummies pull whatever that you command them to.
yeah.
Mummy
figure it
chariot.
And they're really fast too.
Yeah.
Station wagon just on a palanquin.
All right.
They can move unusually. So, and then my last one is Empress of the Nile, which is conversation, convince, inspire, networking, and wealth. Because I did take it with me.
Okay. Yeah.
That's what
Awesome.
being Egyptian's all about. But it only works on dudes. So that's the flaw for that.
All right.
It can be very effective, though.
Yeah, you need a flaw for each power. That's for everybody, by the way. Every.
All right, so my one for by the book American is the political deadlock thing.
Yeah.
My one for
You
Godhead.
can have more than one.
My one for Godhead is lead the people to greatness. The one for Empress of the Nile is only works on men.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, human men.
Yeah, only works on human men. And then I need one for the sword. I don't know what to do for that. Could that be my untrained power? Or
Well, they're all untrained until you pay
Yeah.
off the skill point cost because you're just learning your powers.
yeah.
And you can use loot in order to pay off the skill point cost for that, which is something you guys can do. So, like, if you go to his base and you find 100 points of loot, that would pay off 10 points worth of skill point disadvantages. So, we'll get into that more details in a little bit.
Blade.
Yeah, so it looks like everybody's we're getting into more mechanics of the power, so we'll deal with that once we're done recording. Basically, yeah, you all get your powers and you all meet up, I guess.
She's fucked.
Yeah,
I've got a painting.
I'm finally done. I raise up.
yeah.
Can I actually
You're
roll?
covered in gold jewelry, by the way.
Can I safely roll the painting to carry it more easily, or
No,
Okay,
it's bound in the frame.
okay? I'm carrying a very large painting saying, "Hey guys, I've got to lead on a base."
American flag.
But
pin.
I call first dibs
You
on
look
it.
like fucking Beaver McCleaver.
That could be your soul Kopesh disadvantage or flaw. It could be flaw, complication minor, blinged out. Yeah, blinged out. So basically, you can't be subtle. Like everyone's gonna like, what the fuck is that?
I'll do that.
Yeah.
Thank God you attached that to a complication because
Yeah.
otherwise, I mean, this was going to be completely under the radar.
And probably I'm coming in just as a being of energy.
Oh yeah. Well, no, you're just a biotech. You're like a nanotech cyborg now.
Yeah.
You look like Cable.
Yeah, you look like Cable essentially.
I was thinking like the plates on there that are just generating that. Also,
Oh
I
yeah.
don't-
Also, there was just a few minutes of undescribable agony as like suddenly your being is filled with just like there's like an angry bee swarm sound.
Yeah.
It's like the glass on the popsicle house just shatters, or just they just drill through it, and just, like these things just go into your skin. So it's kind of horrifying.
Also, I know in my down, at least what I'm going to call the the drawback to that.
Yeah.
It's because of the food right now. Fusion reaction needs food bad.
Yeah, you need a lot of. Well, yeah, you need a lot of food. You are ravenously hungry. So the Otis and Glinda are just stunned and they don't know what the fuck's going on. So you can get by them without them raising the alarm. But yeah, that's the thing. Any of you have phones?
I do.
All right, you get a call.
Burner.
I get a call?
Mine probably
Yeah, it's
melted.
actually been a couple of hours. Time kind of flew by.
I just stately walk reading my psychic book and holding my sword.
Good thing the parking lot. This place is so like abandoned. People still.
I'm going to try and herd the kid who is
No,
now.
I'm heading to the teleporter.
You're heading to the teleporter?
Oh, in the building. Okay.
I pick up the phone while walking after Trey.
Hello. This is. Hi. My name is Melinda Harris. I'm an agent with the EPSA.
Do I recognize the EPSA?
Yes, the Empowerment
that thing we
Proliferation
originally
Security
came to do.
Agency. They're a federal agency designed to stop people from getting superpowers illegally. It's like the FDA. Oh, you're just hanging.
I hung up.
Okay.
Yeah, and
They
then
call back.
I don't answer.
Okay. Anybody else with a cell phone?
Mine probably melted.
You get a call.
What? Huh?
Oh, this is
Saul.
Agent Melinda Harris with the EPSA.
Oh, hey, Agent Harris, do you need a new expert witness?
Oh, it's you. Okay. I thought your name was familiar. We have some questions for you if you would like to come in. Doctor, the Fletcher Clinic is under investigation.
Oh, what a shame.
With Dr. Clinton is suspected of illegally dealing with base raiders and selling superpowers on the black market. A bunch of very serious crimes. You are not under investigation. We would just like to interview you to make sure that you're okay, that he didn't try and give you anything illegally. We just want to make sure that you're safe. You were listed as having an appointment today. You missed your appointment?
He seemed to be rather booked, so I figured that if I missed my appointment, it wouldn't be a big deal to reschedule.
Okay. When would be a good time to interview you? Talk to you?
You know what? I need to check with my booking agent and see if I have anything coming
All right,
up.
give me presence or deceit. Deceit,
They're
actually.
the same, so almost as if I
Secrets and lies. Secrets and lies.
4.
All right, that beats her 0. All right, so she believes you. Okay, well, look, we really need to talk to you very soon. We've had some concerns. We just get back to us. Here's my number. I'll contact you. I'll contact your booking agent. I have his number on file.
Of course you do.
You might be an important witness to this case. And if you have any information about base raiding or any other sort of crime, there is a substantial whistleblower reward program. So we...
Come, fellow agent of Ra, we must give the undead armaments so they may join the revolution and vote.
Do you want a fate point?
Yeah, I need one.
What was that? That sounds highly unusual. Where are you?
You know what? I'm with one of the other kids that also missed his appointment.
Give me another deceit check.
And he's looking at some weird stuff on YouTube.
All right.
That's a 3.
Okay, well.
Open your eyes like a woken ass. Expand your mind. Let your ego die like a true American.
Down.
Well, sure. Give me an empathy check.
I know you feel enthusiastic.
4.
Okay, yeah, no, she's really suspicious of me.
You know what?
Fuck.
Yeah.
I'm gonna flick it back over to Delta.
Okay.
Yeah, like if he's still close enough, what's something that's really trustworthy? Actually, suspicious eyes.
Private eyes?
No, suspicious eyes.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's 3.
3? Okay. All right. She doesn't seem to buy it.
was
So
worth a
it's
shot.
not in. She's not in the museum. It doesn't affect her as much. So she hangs up.
All right.
Teleporter
They're going
it
to track
is.
us.
Yeah. So, Logos.
What did we come here to do?
Exactly. It's like
Doesn't matter at all.
Can you still access our files?
We came here to ascend.
Or can you two access our files and get those?
You guys could have just gotten one hacking module from the thing, and you could have gone back to your normal lives. But yeah,
Was that
Look,
enough?
I-
presented with
I have been-
temptation. You can't.
I'm blaming my Pavlovian conditioning.
This is a
I got pushed into violence by an alien death god.
All right.
We have excuses.
So you're going to the teleporting pad.
And you're a criminal.
It's our safest
Can't
option right
Chicago.
now.
Seriously.
You could pull a car up and like hustle the pharaoh in. If you want to be subtle, but no, yeah, you can do that. So the teleporting pad is keyed. So
We
I
already
would
told
like to do something.
you have access to it, but there's a pin number you have to enter into.
Look,
Logos, do you happen to recall the pin?
He does. I'll give that to you for free because he is now no longer bound by the screen word. Yes, it's 2001.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
Space Odyssey. Here we go. Beep beep boop boop.
All right, it powers up. You all jump through.
Actually, so
Yeah.
does the pin need to be re-entered for each transaction?
No, it will activate for a moment. I think it detects how many people are in the room and will allow that many people to go through.
Yeah, can I bring my painting?
Okay.
Yes, of course.
I'm actually going to leave the room then.
Okay.
Because I'll go ahead and tell you guys, like, I want to see if I can make it into a one-time pad.
So no one else can follow you?
Yeah.
Okay. If you want to do that, I spy on them quite a bit actually. Yeah. Go and give me a roll. You can make sure you can check his work to make sure he's.
5. Yeah, it turns out.
Yep. All right. So no one will be able to follow you. All of you go through it.
Yeah.
I want to be extra sure that nobody can follow us. Pharaoh, can you chop this thing to pieces? If you're in there, Trey, do you understand me?
You do realize what Davis does say. If he does that, it will break it.
Yeah, we don't want to break it
It's a
before we leave.
teleporter.
Right.
It's instantaneous. It's not a door.
Yes, I know. You all can get there. I'll follow. Green bread.
I don't think. You don't know what the range of that is. You don't know. I don't know where this goes.
Okay. You're right. Sorry, I'm just.
It'll be
I
fine.
feel like I've got to,
You should thank him. I'm very sensible, and I will point out all the flaws in your obviously
Yes, yeah. No.
Great.
Sorry, I'm just.
illogical plans.
I haven't even had time to wipe the blood off my face yet.
All right. So do you all go through?
I guess.
Yes.
All right. You all step through. You find yourselves in a massive hangar that is open and onto the surface of the moon. You see Earth in front of you. There's a crackling force field keeping the atmosphere in, and that's where we'll leave right now.
I guess we're gonna meet them Kevin.
Yeah. There's no you're also standing in the middle of the hangar. There's no teleporter. Back.
Looking at the painting.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah. No, we could toss the painting in Earth and jump in.
We'll get there eventually.
Burn up in
That's not
atmosphere.
how space works.
It's indestructible.
Is
it?
Yeah.
Well, and if it's
If it
small
lands
enough,
in the
it actually
ocean-
wouldn't burn up that.
Well, it can't be destroyed by mortal means.
You won't drown, but
That's
you
true, so.
can't. If you go out, you're gonna be fucked.
I said I'd rather not do
We
that.
got a 30% chance.
Yep, either landing on
Wait,
Earth
no.
or
First,
tangent
we're trying
zoning.
to get out.
By the way, did you
gravity
take
well
aesthetic with you?
moon.
Did
Yeah.
you? All right, yeah. You have an unplugged. I just need a socket for this.
Socket on the moon.
He needs an
You're in the
adapter.
moon?
He's a socket.
Yeah.
Aaron is a socket now.
No, it's okay. I won't do that unless in an emergency.
It just doesn't feel
And
right.
unless you have all the food.
Yeah, you're already getting hungry. You already have the munchies.
On the moon.
So what's your stance on cannibalism?
But hey,
to say, this ends
we're in
with
a
Aaron
moon
eating
hangar.
us,
I'm
doesn't
pretty sure I can find a couple,
All right.
capacity
So questions, comments, suggestions. 8-9.
That was fun. That was very
No,
fun.
I like the setup as
Yeah.
the setup for getting the powers in this one. So
Yeah.
that,
I mean, you guys, if you didn't like any of the options I was up, you could have just sold the information and got
Yeah,
something
yeah.
else.
well,
I kind of.
well,
Alright,
but
that's
this was
fine.
actually good because that actually gave a wide variety of everybody to get their
Okay.
own power. So
Yeah.
No, I really liked how we were like, let's be cautious, and then a couple minutes later, fuck it,
It's like again, just
right?
oh, here's this incredibly dangerous thing. Here's this other incredibly dangerous thing. Oh, I want to touch it.
Well, it was
Just to
throw a
remind us
broom at
all
it.
for later that, like,
Yeah.
Dan made the first choice.
Yeah.
Yep.
He did. Well, yeah, he made
It compelled me to make mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I made a choice out of character. Because I thought that
No
was
half
hilarious.
You know,
To be the simultaneous personification of two different nationalities across history.
all of which are hyper-imperialist.
So you're Cleopatra
But
and
I
a
just
psychedelic.
wanted a way to insert to make Trey still sympathetic.
Yeah.
And it worked out.
Yeah, you're basically the menu for Americans makes you basically Hunter Thompson as Captain America because he's stripping balls. Yeah, it was a counterculture.
So is Trey still in there? Like,
Oh, yeah.
Will you have moments of being normal Trey?
Yeah, I
or-
think I'll probably calm down after I get some of these skill points.
And then
paid off.
panic, realizing you have lost hours.
I like how out of all of us, like,
I actually saved enough skill points that I can pay off both Soul Kolpesh and Former Godhead if I spend all my points.
Yeah.
But by the Book American and Empress of the Nile.
Yeah.
The Queen of the Nile is going to take some.
Those are untrained.
Yeah.
And one thing, if you have any skill points left over, you could raise them. So right now they're both at +0, but they're trained, so you don't have those flaws. So if you want more, to spend more skill points, or I will allow you to everybody gets a free skill transfer, so you could transfer one of your +1s into a +0, and basically you're replacing a skill for it.
And then how do you bump tiers?
Well, you can transfer it every session, like a 1 to a 2, a 2 to a 3, and a 3 to a 4. And then everyone gets one skill point for this first session. Woo! So you get one skill point that you can use. And the way you can, so basically, so I'll go into more once we finish recording, but there's basically a whole attribute called burn that you get to pay off. And burn represents how screwed up you are because your powers are unbalanced. Like nanotech, cyborg, not real healthy to get all that at once, but they're really helpful psychic nanotech. And you've all left the base, so who knows what's going to happen to it while you're gone, and how long you're going to be gone. Because you basically destroyed all of it's all gone, like everything. There's some of the nanotech left. You didn't destroy all of it, or tell it to go deactivate or anything.
All right.
Yeah. There's still a big psychic nanotech swarm.
So yeah, there's a nanotech swarm that'll become Aaron's nemesis at a future point in time.
Depends on who finds it. So we'll deal with that. I guess next session will be about exploring the space and figuring out what the fuck's going on.
Selling as much as we can so we can use our powers.
Yeah. And dealing with whatever's here. Any final thoughts?
Nope.
Cool. All right, we'll talk to you guys next time.